special presentation of ESPN College Football on ABC.
Wisconsin is legendary for tailgating, and this week they've had all day to grill the brats and slice the cheddar as the anticipation builds for the arrival of Terrell Pryor, the Ohio State freshman phenom who will make his first career start on the road, and for Beanie Wells, who has become a major factor again. Anticipation for the Badgers as well. Can they bounce back from last week's disappointment, the second-half fold against Michigan? It's a Big Ten prize of Ohio team, the Wisconsin Badgers.
To another edition of Saturday Night Football, presented by Southwest Airlines. More than 80,000 are packed into Camp Randall Stadium to see the Badgers face Ohio State. Wisconsin is tough at home, too. They have the nation's second longest home win streak, 16 in a row. Todd Blackledge, it's great to have you with us. When the season started, Ohio State was thought to be a national championship contender, again, until the disaster at Southern California. Now it's a long and winding road back to the top, and Todd, they have to start with that first step here at Wisconsin.
Yeah, certainly the Buckeyes of September were not the team everybody expected to see, but things look better for the month of October. Their defense has played well the last 2 weeks. They have their star tailback, Beanie Wells, healthy and back in the backfield, and they've gotten a new infusion of energy and excitement with their new starting quarterback, the freshman phenom, Terrell Pryor. He is 6'5", 235 pounds. He's big and strong, and he can really run. I mean, he just glides when he runs, and he's a better passer than people expected so far early in the season. He makes a start on the road tonight for the first time, but he is a big play waiting.
Wisconsin is still in the top 20 this week, but they have to get over what happened to them last week against Michigan. That was the meltdown in the second half.
Well, this is the kind of game where you have to lean on your leaders and your older guys, and Brett Bielema has a great thing here. He's got 12 senior starters on his football team, and this game sets up well for them to bounce back because there's a sense of urgency. Their goals are still in front of them. They're playing at home where they've been almost unbeatable, and they're playing at night. I expect Wisconsin to bounce back and play very well tonight.
Well, we love college football because of the color, the pageantry, the band. Whoops, no band. Holly, why no?
The University of Wisconsin band has been suspended for this game. Their director, Mike LaCrone, told me just a few moments ago that he felt he had to take action after allegations arose of alcohol abuse, hazing, and sexual misconduct on a recent trip. He said he hopes to have the investigation complete this week. They want to get back here on the field for the Penn State game. Bad. 16-0, and the students have promised me they're going to make up the difference and be even louder.
All right, Holly, thanks very much, and we'll return with the Nissan pregame shift right after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
Introducing the all-new Nissan Maxima. It has an award-winning 290 horsepower V6 engine, an intelligent CVT transmission, and a masterfully crafted interior designed around the driver. The breathtaking Nissan Maxima, the four-door sports car. Lease a new 2009 Nissan Maxima for $339 a month for 39 months.
Thursday.
What's that?
An unimaginable crisis. You'll have to see to believe. Grey's Anatomy, Thursday, 9/8 Central, followed by the series premiere of Life on Mars on ABC.
In crisis, experience matters. McCain and his congressional allies led. Tough rules on Wall Street. Stop CEO ripoffs. Protect your savings and pensions. Obama and his liberal allies mum on the market crisis because no one knows what to do. More taxes, no leadership. A risk your family can't afford.
I'm John McCain, and I approve this message.
We're from Michigan,
Indiana,
West Virginia,
and Pennsylvania.
Thanks, Ohio.
Our neighbors are thanking Ohioans for spending money in their casinos. We're helping their economies, not ours. We can keep money in Ohio by supporting Issue 6, Ohio's Resort Casino. The new Resort Casino will have a hotel and convention center, championship golf course, entertainment, and it will create up to 5,000 jobs that can't be outsourced. Then we can invite our neighbors to spend their money right here in Ohio.
Introducing generic prescriptions for less than $1 a week at Walgreens. For less than $1 a week on more than 400 generics. generics. Get big savings on over 5,000 other generic and name brand prescriptions.
We joined and saved on John's prescription. It wasn't covered by our insurance plan.
Plus, we earn a 10% reward when we buy Walgreens brand products.
Stop by today to see how much you'll save and get $50 in free coupons. The Prescription Savings Club, only at Walgreens.
With Craig James and Doug Flutie, some highlights for you, beginning with the #1 team in the nation, Oklahoma's Sam Bradford to Joaquin Iglesias.
And the Sooners had 226 yards in the first quarter, led 28 to nothing. They've outscored their opponents 103-3 in the first quarter this year. Very impressive.
Alabama against Kentucky, give it to Glenn Coffey at 218 yards on the ground.
18 as a team, opening holes, Coffey running the football. It's the only offensive touchdown Alabama had today with a great offensive line.
St. Nittany Lions are starting to press out of the Big Ten, jumping 6 spots this week. Darrell Clark to Deion Butler down the sidelines for 32 yards. It sets up Evan Royster,
who had 141 yards and a touchdown on the day. Now Penn State, this team has 21 rushing touchdowns this season. Great attitude for this ball club.
20-6 win. Now Vanderbilt against Auburn. This is Mackenzie Adams, 1-yard pass to Brandon Barden for the touchdown, extra pleasant lead.
And that's the backup quarterback. Chris Hickson, the great player that they had, he's out of the game. The backup, Mackenzie Adams, great job.
All right, let's talk about Ohio State and Wisconsin. Wisconsin's got to recover from a game that they led 19-0 over Michigan.
Well, I talked to Brett Bielema this week, and Brett said his dad gave him great advice, and he said, son, let me tell you what. You only stubbed your toe. You didn't break your neck. Focus on your football team. You can still come back. And that's what Brett's doing. He's focused, Doug, on his ball club, trying to get them ready for this game. Don't think about Ohio State and all those other guys. Mind your business.
They got to pay attention to a healthy Beanie Wells in the backfield. 2 games he's played this year, 100 yards each game. He's averaging over 7 yards a carry. He makes them more versatile. Now they got Terrell Pryor, who can do the zone read stuff and take off and make big plays, but he's got Beanie in the backfield, so now you got 2 threats.
Really interesting game coming up here. I'm telling you what, this is one of those games Ohio State needs. I think there's more pressure on them because of the preseason expectation, yet Brett believes that they have a chance to win the Big Ten.
Let's go back to the top of the pack right now. Oklahoma is the only team thus far this year that I have seen that has not slipped at one point.
And their opponent today, Baylor Bears. Art Browse just told me a moment ago, he said, man, this team has got great size and great confident demeanor about them. Very talented, under the radar, Doug, and doing extremely well.
They've done a great job of taking care of business. They could have looked past Baylor today very easily, looking forward to Texas next week. No, they go out 28-0 at the end of the first quarter, off and running.
All right, Oklahoma against Texas next week. Texas right now has a 14-0 lead over Colorado as they've jumped out in front early in that one. This is the Nissan pregame shift. We'll see at halftime. Right now, let's join Mike Patrick.
Here at Camp Randall Stadium, the atmosphere is electric as these 2 Big Ten powers get set for their showdown. The Buckeye and Badger players feed off the energy of the crowd, and the excitement is palpable. These guys are about to rock, and we salute them.
Nissan pregame shift.
Kids have been wanting to go to the safari theme park since last summer. So we used our City Cash Returns card to buy the tickets and stuff. It was great to get close to the animals. Whatever your story is, your City Cash Returns card can help you write it, because City never sleeps.
A work of art, a finely tuned machine, sanctuary, a command center, a sophisticated sedan, a sports car. Introducing the all-new Nissan Maxima, the 4-door sports car. Lease a new 2009 Nissan Maxima for $339 a month for 39 months.
This is how you enter the App Store. And this is how you browse over 1,000 new apps. And this is how you download one, right to your phone. This is when you realize this is going to change everything.
This is Detective Tyler, and he back.
In the blink of an eye, Detective Sam Tyler found himself stuck in 1973 and doesn't know why.
I need my cell.
You need to sell what?
Thursday, Harvey Keitel, Michael Imperioli, Siboney in television's next break. ABC's Life on Mars premieres Thursday, 10/9 Central after a new Grey's Anatomy on ABC.
Saturday Night Football on ABC. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. Nissan. Nissan is the only company that makes your vote count. Vote now at theheismanvote.com. And Verizon Wireless. This telecast is available in high definition. Brought to you by Pioneer's new Kuro.
Fall has definitely come to Madison, Wisconsin. It is 49 degrees at game time. The forecast clear, humidity 51%. And we are set to go. Ohio State has won the toss, elected to receive. Dan Herron, number 1. Brandon Sane, number 3. Deep to receive against Wisconsin. 4. Near State with decent field position to start. Terrell Pryor, the sensational freshman, making his first start on the road. There have been obvious comparisons already to Vince Young. And the future is unlimited for this kid, Todd.
Well, and the reason the future is unlimited is not so much because of his athleticism, but because of how much he wants to be a great player. I mean, he is a very dedicated young man to being a great player.
Beanie Wells to tail back. Pryor rolls away from him. It looks so effortless. He just glides.
Well, he's a long strider. I mean, he's 6'6". And so when he's running, he doesn't look like he's running that fast because he takes such long strides. But he is very fast. And the thing that makes him special is he has the ability, just like that, to make a big play out of something that wasn't there. He didn't have an open receiver. There was a defender there one-on-one with him, and he was able to outrace him to the sideline.
You can check out the starting lineups at the top of your screen. Herron now checks in as a back along with Wells in the backfield, and Beanie Wells will get his first carry. It's the 40 to about the 41. Stopped by the best of the down lineman, Mike Newkirk, who is actually 3rd on the team in tackles. Highly unusual, especially for a defensive tackle.
He's a very active guy. He was a former high school state champion wrestler, so he's really good with his hands. He's good with leverage. And you can get away with being undersized when you have good hands and play with good leverage, and that's what Mike Newkirk does.
Won 88 straight wrestling matches in high school. The pile forward to the 44. Jonathan Casillas led the charge. How about those impact players for the Buckeyes?
Well, the first one is the one that everybody wants to see with Ohio State. Beanie Wells back in the lineup after the toe injury. Had 106 yards last week. Brian Rybisky, their leading receiver on the outside, had a big game against the Gophers last week. And Mike Brewster, we talk about Brewster, the center, also a true freshman. So the guy snapping it and the guy receiving it. 2 true freshmen playing on the road in the Big Ten for the first time tonight.
DeVere Posey has come off the bench as one of 4 wide receivers. We have already seen multiple formations for Ohio State, and right away they hit Sanzenbacher, one of the starting 4, when they go to that set for 17 yards.
Well, this shows you Terrell Pryor's awareness. Watch as he sees the blitz coming to his left. He sees it, he knows it's protected, and he doesn't have to panic. So he just waits for his receiver to uncover and then hits him with the football. And that's good recognition by the freshman quarterback against a pressure from his outside.
On the option read. Tripped and dives forward to the Wisconsin 33-yard line. The center, by the way, highly recruited out of high school as a guard, had never snapped out of the shotgun until he got here to Ohio State as a freshman.
Made a nice transition to that, and a very athletic guy, 6'5", 296, out of Orlando, Florida.
The young kids have played for this team so far. 11 true freshmen have seen action. Gives it to Wells.
We just talked about Brewster, the center. He got a huge block on that play, and Ohio State makes it look easy. Jim Tressel electing to take the football after winning the toss and made that decision pay off with a workmanlike drive for the touchdown.
That was a 33-yard gallop for Wells, who missed 3 games with a bad foot. Sure looked healthy on that one. Ryan Pretorius for the point after. The start for the Buckeyes. 71 yards in just over 3 minutes, and they already lead it here at Wisconsin 7-0.
Your fare is going to be $69.
Wow, it's not bad. That's it?
Yeah. Oh, and give me $25 for a bag fee, $15 for a booking fee. Why don't you just give me your whole lot? Give me the whole thing. Give it to me now. Give me. Is there a problem?
Yeah, but that's more than you said it would be.
Hidden fees are the other side of some low fares. But on Southwest Airlines, what you see is what you pay. Low fares, no hidden fees.
All right. Who ate my volcano taco?
Don't look at me.
Introducing Taco Bell's new 89-cent Volcano Taco. With spicy lava sauce, it could be the spiciest taco ever.
Was me.
Why pay more for heat when you can think outside the bun?
When it's people who do the right thing, they call it being responsible. When it's an insurance company, they call it Liberty Mutual. Responsibility. What's your policy? Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Nissan set out to create the perfect on-road vehicle, and in the process, created a category. Introducing 2 crossover leaders from Nissan. The redesigned Mirage, awarded as an IIHS top safety pick, and the versatile Rogue, named 2008's best new small crossover. Lease the 27 MPG Nissan Rogue, just $209 a month. Don't follow the leader, own one. At your Nissan dealer now.
This Thursday, Harvey Keitel, Lisa Bonet, Michael Imperioli, Gretchen Mall, and Jason O'Mara. Do we have a warrant?
Is your warrant?
ABC's Life on Mars premieres Thursday, 10/9 Central after a new Grey's Anatomy on ABC.
Nation, no need to despair. Buckeyes going to Wisconsin to get their groove back. One of the most exciting players in college football, especially young players. TP, we call him in Columbus, Terrell Pryor, and Beanie Wells back healthy. Buckeyes, here we go. Big Ten crown, coming, national championship. Hey, it's still a possibility.
Hey, Chris, thank you very much. And they certainly look great on that opening drive. Antonio Finellis on the return. There is a marker down in the play, and I'm sure Chris couldn't have been really happy on that last play where Vance could not make the tackle.
And I think that's Wisconsin's starting fullback.
Illegal block in the back.
Who's down also.
Number 15. 10 yards or half the distance to the goal. First down.
Comer St. John called for the penalty.
Watch these guys up front now. We talked about Brewster, the center. Watch him get out and get his block on Jonathan Casillas, number 2. Ben Pearson gets a block on the backside linebacker. That's just a perfect job by all 5 guys working together up front, and the center getting to the second level on the linebacker Casillas. And this backfield of having Beanie Wells and Terrell Pryor in the same backfield is a real nightmare for defenses because they both are excellent runners.
Chris Presley, the fullback, was the man who was down. And Wells is so big that if you give him a hole like that, he's at full speed when he gets to the second level.
He's big and he's hard to tackle because he has a pretty low center of gravity and there's no easy spots to hit him on.
John, the play fake, throws and has a man wide open. Gilreath, and Everidge is a guy who is well-traveled, a 5th-year senior who started his college football career at Kansas State back in 05. He started 6 games, ended up coming here out of Papillion, Nebraska. And he has won the starting job this year, completing almost 58% of his passes so far. That was a great way to start as he threw a perfect strike to Gilreath. And now they'll go up the middle with Zach Brown, and Ross Holman makes the tackle.
That's a good first play for Alan Everidge. I mean, the only knock on him this year has been he just has been a little inconsistent playing. He's made big plays. He's done some good things, but he's also had some big mistakes. He's only thrown 3 interceptions, but they've been kind of in critical spots on the field. Last week, a perfect example. He did some great things, but also had some key mistakes as well.
I said Zach Brown. It's P.J. Hill as the running back. They'll quickly go out on the bubble screen. Gilreath again makes his second catch, but he's brought down by Marcus Freeman. And as you might expect, some really good linebackers on this Ohio State defense.
Yeah, a couple guys who have started a lot of football games for the Buckeyes. Freeman is a 3rd-year starter. Laurinaitis been in there for the last couple years as well, the leading tackler on the team. You see him all over the place. He'll rush the passer. He'll play middle linebacker. Very instinctive football player.
3rd and 3, had only 1 wide receiver, and now they split out. Keep your eye on Beckham, number 9, is a tight end, H-back kind of guy. He's probably their best wide receiver and just a terrific football player. Everidge missed everybody that time, intended for backup tight end Mickey Turner, and he missed him badly.
Tight ends are so valuable in the Wisconsin offense. Paul Chryst, the coordinator, they get Beckham back healthy tonight, but they're still without Garrett Graham, who's their other starting tight end. He has a slight fracture in his foot and tried to practice earlier this week, but unable to go as the week got further along.
I mean, Beckham put up numbers last year. 75 catches for almost 1,000 yards. What a small driven back inside the 15-yard line. This guy is a terrific kick returner, averaging almost 19 yards a return. Got 18 on this one after a 55-yard kick.
Heisman memory presented by Nissan.
Marcus Allen.
In 1981, Marcus Allen became the 4th USC player to win the coveted Heisman Trophy. Allen's nose for the end zone made him a threat every time he touched the ball. And 342 rushing yards, the 202-pound senior became the first player to rush for more than 2,000 yards in a season. Visit theheismanvote.com to cast your vote.
Introducing the all-new Nissan Maxima. It has an award-winning 290 horsepower V6 engine, an intelligent CVT transmission, and a masterfully crafted interior designed around the driver. Breathtaking Nissan Maxima, the 4-door sports car. It's a new 2009 Nissan Maxima for $339 a month for 39 months.
Hey, what kind of light beer do you want?
It doesn't matter. They're all the same.
Whoa! All the same? Are they all as easy to drink as Bud Light? Isn't water from this hose easier to drink than water from this one? Isn't this bottle easier to drink from than this one? And wouldn't you agree that a raindrop is easier to drink than hail? Point is, there's a difference, and Bud Light has it. It's called drinkability, the just right taste that makes Bud Light so easy to drink. Bud Light, the difference is...
Ohio State has dominated this series. It started in 1913. They've won 58, lost 17, and tied 5. Wisconsin, however, has won 4 of the last 7. And the last one here at Camp Randall. Last season, Ohio State won it big with their second possession. Start at the 31. Runs away from trouble.
See, that's another example where Shaughnessy, the defensive end, a senior, was in position.
Yeah.
I mean, he defended his area correctly, but Terrell Pryor has the ability to make a play where there is no play. They have it defended. He thought he had outside leverage and tried to force him back in, and Pryor just sidestepped him and used that speed to get to the outside.
You know, Shaughnessy thought he had him.
Yeah.
For a 3 or 4 yard loss, and Pryor just made it look easy and pulled away. Picked up 9, 2nd and 1. Wells, first down. Drilled as he got to the 44 by DeAndre Levy, the strong side linebacker. Magnificent athlete, a true freshman, All-American out of Jeanette, Pennsylvania. He's an enormous kid. Second true freshman quarterback to start at Ohio State. Art Schleister was the other and was the player of the year declared by USA Today. And I don't think it was really much of a contest. He was just dominant. Wisconsin 4-man rush, quarterback draw. And Pryor gang tackled, but not before he reached the Badgers' 46-yard line. What did he tell us the other day when we met with him? He said, have you ever been, intimidated in a situation? He said, no. Other guys would come up and ask me for my autograph.
Yeah, we were talking to him about playing on the road, and, did you ever play in a hostile environment in high school? And he said, well, not really. Every place we played, usually the fans wanted my autograph, and even some of the players I played against after the game. So this is truly his first hostile environment as a starting quarterback, and he just looks unfazed. We kind of got that feel from him last night that he would be unfazed. He's a very serious guy, very serious about his approach to football. In fact, if there's any knock on him right now, it's maybe that he wants to be too perfect all the time. And that's not a horrible thing. I mean, you can work a guy out of that a little bit.
It is a first down, and there's the cheerleader right now, Todd Beckman, the senior who has played so brilliantly for Ohio State coming into this year. Struggled a little bit at the beginning of the season, lost his job to Pryor. It's got to be a tough pill for him to swallow, but boy, he has taken it like a man and been a leader even though he lost his job.
Well, he's still a captain on the team, and that's a very important thing to him, and he has acted like a captain. He has continued to prepare and to work and to be a leader on the football team.
Saying a running back flanks out to the left, and they're throwing in his direction. That's CL, faster and quicker than he is.
This one up for grabs. And Langford is looking back at, he's shielding the receiver with his body and just plays the ball perfectly. That's a case of a freshman going against a senior, and the senior definitely got the better of it.
Boy, and Langford's got to feel good about this. He tore his ACL against Ohio State a year ago.
And the fact that Sane, the intended receiver, is a running back and not a wide receiver, did not make a very good play for the football. prevent the interception. I mean, a wide receiver is better at doing that.
Spot to start, but better than having a completion. Hill will start in the end zone. They'll give it to the fullback. Picks up a couple. That's Rentmeester, and finally gang tackled and pushed back. Now to Matt Weiner in New York for an update. Matt.
Mike, Taco Bell update. Oregon and USC. The Trojans try to bounce back from the loss to Oregon State, but the Ducks take their opening drive, 14 plays. Jeremiah Johnson finishes it off. 7-0 Ducks there. Vanderbilt has a lead on Auburn in Nashville, 14-13, early fourth quarter.
All right, Matt, thanks very much. And my partner thought that was a possibility, too. I'm going to talk to Todd. He's all over this stuff. Hill. Runner plows forward to the 13, needs to make the 14. Vanderbilt's quite a story, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. I mean, the irony of their story is that coming into tonight's game, they were last in the SEC in total offense, last in total defense, but undefeated because they're first in turnover margin. They're the least penalized team in the league. They've just done a lot of the little things right to get them where they are.
Defense would love to see the offense get a first down, give them a little bit of a breather.
This is a struggle area for them last week against Michigan.
Hill picks his way for a first down.
That is really big for Wisconsin because last week they were 2 for 5 in third and short situations against the Wolverines, and that really hurt their offensive momentum in the second half.
Let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Well, guys, Wisconsin's offense has already taken a big hit here. Out with injury right now, their fullback, Chris Presley. He's been examined on the sideline. A problem just underneath his sternum, still struggling to catch his breath. And wide receiver Lance Kendrick's been taken to the locker room with an elbow injury.
All right, thanks, Holly. Presley already working with a broken thumb. Hill. And you would think they would be better at moving guys up front. That offensive line is enormous for Wisconsin.
They are big. They're big and they're physical and they're experienced. You know, this is a group that a lot of them have played combined coming into tonight. 124 starts between the 5 of them up there. Those tackles, I mean, 6'8" on one end, 6'7" on the other end. And not too small inside either. I mean,
no, those 5 guys
group.
could close down an all-you-can-eat buffet in about 20 minutes.
A couple of them were at my place for Taste of the Town before I got there.
Anything left?
Yeah, a little bit.
Zach Brown will get a chance. One. He was drilled after a yard by Laurinaitis, the All-American.
You know, Holly was talking about those injuries. Those are critical injuries for Wisconsin. Presley was hurt on the opening kickoff, or the kickoff to Wisconsin. And then the injury to Lance Kendricks, the other tight end. They're already without Garrett Graham. And now they're down to Mickey Turner, who's really kind of their 3rd or 4th tight end, who's in there with Travis Beckham. Beckham is a guy they've got to get involved in the football game. There he is right there. Best receiver.
And it wouldn't be such a big deal, except they rely on their tight ends and H-backs so much. Blitz coming past 2 hops intended for the remaining tight end, Mickey Turner, and they have yet to even look at Travis Beckham, their All-American candidate.
Well, and he was open on that play. It's 3rd and relatively short as they run this play. Beckham's going to come underneath. They're also going to have a guy on the right flat that's open. Right out here. Throw the football right there. You get a first down. He tried to force it down the field, and they come up with a punting situation.
They're throwing it to Turner, a guy who has caught 2 passes all year long, instead of a guy who caught 9 against Ohio State last year. I mean, he's a tremendous player. Field position again for the Buckeyes when we come back to Madison.
It's time saving energy costs less. It's time guaranteed low prices got even lower. We know times are tough. That's why the Home Depot is lowering the cost on hundreds of items throughout the store, including energy-efficient ones like ceiling fans and programmable thermostats. So the products that save you the most money will save you even more. The Home Depot. You can do it. We can help.
So, how's my day look?
Well, 9:30 to 1, you send funny pics to your wife. From 1 to 1:15, texting your son throughout recess. 1:15 to 3, exchanging flicks with your daughter. 3 to 4, texting aimlessly to everyone. And at 4, a budget meeting. I can push the meeting to another day.
Let's go with that.
Share more with your family with a Verizon Wireless Select Plan. Text, pics, IM, and flicks as much as you want for one flat rate. Get the Samsung Glide for just $79.99. Verizon Wireless.
I don't know. Maybe you should have been the blonde.
Maybe you should just listen to the game.
Maybe if you shaved your legs like me, the sneak-in would have worked.
Maybe if you hadn't lost our season tickets in a lawsuit because you got cheapo insurance, we'd be inside the stadium, watching the game, dressed like men.
Get into this she said thing.
Getting cut-rate insurance to save a little money could end up costing a lot. Call an Allstate agent today for a free Good Hands coverage checkup. Are you in good hands?
You know, scientific tests have proven that when you drink Dr. Pepper slowly, the 23 flavors taste even better. Hey, I get it, because half my life's been in slow motion. Watch this. Slower is better. Trust me, I'm a doctor.
Chase for the Sprint Cup continues at Talladega tomorrow at 1 Eastern on ABC.
Tomorrow, the chase heads to Talladega. Jimmy Johnson looking to stay ahead of Carl Edwards and Greg Biffle as he goes for his third straight championship. The chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup continues with the AMP Energy 500 at Talladega on ABC. Sunday coverage begins with NASCAR Countdown at 1 Eastern. And Gearhead, what do you say?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, that's known as the wild card race. It's known for wild wrecks and wild finishes.
Ooh. Ohio State back on offense. Wells brought down by Carter as he reached midfield. Dives forward into Wisconsin territory. You just wonder what those guys could run at Talladega if they were allowed to go wide open. There in Daytona.
Right next to each other, too.
Oh, yeah, swap and paint. There is Paulette Wells, who must have suffered while her son was on the sideline with that foot injury. Kid's best football may still be ahead of him. Wells has it again. And that time, flying up from the corner was Casillas, the weak side linebacker, and filled the hole. And right now, Wisconsin is doing everything it can to slow down the run. But as you pointed out earlier, that's a double-edged sword there. You go for the inside fake and lets Pryor have the outside.
Well, you have to respect the inside run with Chris Wells. I mean, you just have to. I mean, he's physical, and if they give him the football, he's going to make you pay. And already tonight, 85 yards on 10 carries, so they're off to a fast start running the football.
Big third down here for that Wisconsin defense. 3rd and 2. Shotgun. Little swing, got it outside to Herron, and Herron drags a tackler. That's Casillas just far enough to get a first down.
Yeah, that was excellent work by Herron because there were 3 Wisconsin defenders out there. They anticipated the little safe pass to the back, but Herron just showed strength and would not be denied of the first down. Watch the 3 red shirts get there. You think he's penned in, but he just turns his shoulders north and south and fights for that first down.
That looks like such an easy pass for somebody who's never thrown one, but that's not an easy pass.
It's not, and it's a smart pass for Terrell Pryor, too. Throw it short, let him make a play, break a tackle, get a first down.
Pryor with the out, and that's complete. Got it to DeVere Posey. Of course, Jim Tressel has taken so much grief the last couple of years, losing 2 national championship games in a row, but it's pretty tough to criticize that man when you look at his record. 4 Big Ten titles, a national championship in 7 years. Now in his 8th year, he's 77-17. That's pretty good.
Absolutely, it's pretty good.
This was a huge recruiting coup when he got Terrell Pryor away from Michigan. Pryor to the outside, again escapes the tackle. But there's a lot more red shirts waiting for him. Good defense that time. Brinkley came up from the corner and Shane Carter from the safety spot. And that's what you have to do with him, isn't it? Get bodies on him.
You have to stretch him out, and you can't let him get his shoulders turned upfield. And actually, Casillas was the first guy to make the play there. He was the guy that forced Pryor to bounce out, and then a couple of his buddies finished off the deal. Big play right here for the Badger defense. 3rd and 9. The crowd has been kind of out of it. A good chance for them to get back.
Coordinator dialed up the all-out blitz.
Yeah, he said, we're going to go after this guy and see how he reacts. We're going to bring linebackers and our defensive line, bring everybody we got. And Terrell Pryor, to his credit, holds on to the football. A big loss and a great time to call the blitz for Wisconsin.
They did bring everybody, didn't they?
They did.
Trapasso to punt to Gilreath. Not a good kick. They'll spot it up near the 35, so Wisconsin's defense stiffens, and they finally got a decent place to start outside the 30-yard line.
Hey, you'd look good green or white.
We really think you're terrific. Come help us defend the Rock.
Well, I'm back at you.
Big W on the helmet.
You know about our Buckeye leads, right?
We got this new stadium coming.
You'd look great in black and gold.
We're the cradle quarterbacks. Do you like roses?
Look, our helmet's got wings. Come to Ohio State.
Come to Wisconsin.
Indiana.
Iowa. Purdue.
Illinois.
Michigan.
Northwestern. Minnesota.
Michigan State.
Come to Penn State.
I will lead like Tom Brady.
Be powerful like Joe Thomas.
Play with passion like Marion Barber.
Just like Bob Sanders.
The University of Wisconsin has been inspired by the Wisconsin idea,
which says the good work of the university extends to the boundaries of the state and beyond.
So the UW works hard to help
educate people of all ages,
advance health and medicine,
and enhance the quality of life for all.
The University of Wisconsin-Madison. Forward thinking.
Coverage for tonight's game courtesy of the Outback Steakhouse Airship Bloomin' Onion 1. The Airship, a fan favorite every week on ABC and ESPN college football broadcasts.
Wisconsin's got to get Beckham involved in the game.
This one out to Gilreath.
A nice little misdirection. They've attacked the interior of the defense with P.J. Hill a few times. This time they fake inside to him and give it to Gilreath. Gilreath had a huge touchdown catch in the final drive last week against Michigan to give him a chance to tie that game up. Their leading receiver with 11 catches coming into tonight. That's his 12th.
Is the motion man. They like to move him around. Hill only for a couple, taken down at the end by Lawrence Wilson. Guy who missed all of last year with a broken leg defensively. And this is a defense for Ohio State that's number 12 overall in NCAA football. Even after that Southern Cal debacle. Clock running here in the first quarter. Let's see if Wisconsin tries to get off a play. Chance after it was tipped by Jenkins. And Coleman, who already has 2 interceptions, nearly had a third right there on the tip. We have a timeout on the field, end of the first quarter. We'll continue after this message and a word from your ABC stations.
Nissan set out to create the perfect on-road vehicle, and in the process, created a category. Introducing 2 crossover leaders from Nissan. The redesigned Murano, awarded as an IIHS top safety pick, and the versatile Rogue, named 2008's best new small crossover. Lease the 27 MPG Nissan Rogue, just $209 a month. Don't follow the lead. Nissan dealer now.
Thursday.
What's that?
An unimaginable crisis. You'll have to see to believe. Anatomy, Thursday, 9/8 Central, followed by the series premiere of Life on Mars on ABC.
Mercy Health Partners and WCPO want you to know the risk factors related to breast cancer. The Mercy Circle of Caring presents Healthy Ideas.
185,000 women this year will be diagnosed with breast cancer. Over 40,000 will die. So this is a serious disease. And so screening is extremely important. Breast self-exam, mammography, that can't be stressed enough.
A mammogram will detect something that a woman cannot feel by herself. Currently, the use of full-field digital mammography has greatly enhanced the most basic screening modality that we have.
I wouldn't be here today, possibly, if it hadn't been for a routine mammogram. I was lucky.
To find out what you need to know about the risks related to breast cancer, go to WCPO.com/mercy for more healthy ideas.
Are you crazy busy in the mornings? That's why we simplify your mornings for you. Good Morning Tri-State. It's all new with a pace that keeps up with your morning. Only on 9 News.
Broadcasting live in high definition.
Madison, Wisconsin, Ohio State leading the Badgers 7-0. Wisconsin so good at home. They have the nation's second longest home winning streak. 16 in a row. Only Oklahoma has more, and the Sooners with 21. And don't they look good? 3rd and long. Let's see how they roll it. They roll it a fumble. Ohio State's football.
Allen Everidge is a little hesitant to scramble on this one, and then once he does, he doesn't take care of the football. Now, he had a critical fumble on their next to the last possession in the fourth quarter last week against Michigan. You see, he doesn't put the football away, and as he's going to the ground, the ball pops out.
Thaddeus Gibson dragged him down. Ross Holman made the recovery, but nobody actually hit the ball. It just came out.
To the sideline, Ohio State. Following the 5-yard penalty, 1st and 10.
That's because players, I guess, crossed that boundary to come out to celebrate on the fumble recovery. But Holman gets the recovery. He is the 3rd leading tackler on this team. In fact, the 3 starting linebackers are the 3 leading tacklers.
State's defense the last 2 weeks and then starting tonight has played much better than they did in that loss out in the Coliseum to USC. Much more solid.
Beanie Wells. Take a look now at the Pacific Life game summary. And it was Beanie Wells on the opening drive for Ohio State. And he capped what was a really good-looking drive anyhow with a powerful and shifty 33-yard touchdown run. Could have been worse, but Pryor hung one up for grabs. And Langford intercepted for Wisconsin inside the 5-yard line. So we still stand at 7-0, and it will be 2nd and long for Pryor out of the gun. And Levy made the play again. Those outside linebackers have been very active.
Well, they can run. I mean, that's the thing about this Wisconsin defense. They're not real big up front. Their linebackers can really run. Levy did a great job that time of catching up to Pryor. It looked like Pryor was going to turn a bad play into a good one again, but Levy was able to trip him up and force another 3rd and long for the Buckeyes.
Boy, it looks like Wisconsin is committing to the run. I mean, they're just throwing everybody up there. And that can be danger time on a play-action fake.
Down to 5.
Snap comes up with it. Here's a blitz. He runs away from it. Still looking. Strong this kid is. Gofield got him and dragged him down. Here's Matt Weiner.
All right, Mike, and here's our nominee for the AT&T ESPN All-American Player of the Week. Illini quarterback Juice Williams had 431 yards of total offense today. That's a single-game Michigan Stadium record, home team or visitor. He also had 4 touchdowns in the Illini's runaway win over the Wolverines. To cast your vote, text the word VOTE to 51234 on your AT&T wireless phone.
Thank you, Matt. That young man in Illinois has a load of talent. He can have huge ball games. Got an injured Ohio State player. We'll check on him when we come back to Madison.
Welcome to Southwest Airlines.
Thanks. I need to check this bag. How much is that going to cost me?
There's no charge on Southwest, sir.
Hallelujah! Well, I have another one, and I'm sure I'll have to pay for that.
Actually, your first 2 checked bags are free.
Hallelujah! 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 Hallelujah!
On Southwest Airlines, we don't believe in charging for things that should be free. So what you see is what you pay. No fares, no hidden fees.
Got a full-size life? You need a full-size vehicle. Step up to the best. It's GMC Truck Month. Get professional-grade engineering, power, cargo space, and fuel efficiency. Like GMC Yukon, with better available highway fuel economy than Toyota Sequoia. It's time to live your life. It's GMC Truck Month. Now get 0% APR financing for 72 months on the 2008 GMC Yukon. GMC dealer.
Ooh, the never-ending pasta bowl is going on.
Oh, you didn't know?
No, I had no idea.
Our never-ending pasta bowl is back with new tomato basil caprese. Pick any sauce and pasta combination, then another. Just $8.95. Have all you want.
3, 2, 1.
Suit up. Mask off and get the #1 DVD in America. Own it on DVD and Blu-ray as low as $14.99.
Thursday, Harvey Keitel, Lisa Bonet, Michael Imperioli, Gretchen Mol, and Jason O'Mara in the 4-star premiere event. ABC's Life on Mars premieres Thursday, 10/9 Central, after a new Grey's Anatomy on ABC.
Redshirt freshman Dan Boom Herron is the injured player, and boy, that's good news. He was down a long time, and they were taking extra precautions not to move him around. It's very fortunate he's up. Todd, did you see what happened?
Yeah, Jay Valai, the strong safety of Wisconsin, was actually tied up with Brian Hartline, and just almost instinctively as Herron comes over near him, Valai is just going to kind of give him a shot.
Oh.
And he caught him right up under the chin.
Oh, geez. That's what you see after a left hook.
Yeah.
Guys just go down. So they'll check him out on the sideline. There's a protocol to go through when somebody loses consciousness or is hit that hard. And they'll talk to him and make sure he's all right.
Heron has been a valuable back for them this year, especially when Wells was injured out of Warren Harding High School.
Trapasso to punt to Gilreath. Makes a late fair catch signal and takes it at the 9-yard line. Punt of 43 yards. It's always a great atmosphere here at Camp Randall. Number 3 ranked Ohio State back in 2003 came in riding a 19-game win streak. Remember this play? Robert Reynolds choking Jim Sorgi. And Wisconsin coach Barry Alvarez was going crazy. Wanted a penalty, didn't get it. Score tied at 10. Matt Shavert, the backup quarterback. 79. Wisconsin still is in the NFL. Huge upset, 17-10. That's the last time they played at Camp Randall.
It's interesting because Wisconsin is the only team that has a winning record in the Big Ten against Jim Tressel. They're 3-2 against Tressel. And even though Ohio State has dominated the series over the long haul, the last 12 meetings have been pretty even. 6-5-1 in favor of the Buckeyes.
And it was Wisconsin's left tackle, Gabe Karimi.
Now he's got to come out.
He was down, and now he's down again. Karimi much stronger than he was a year ago when he played as a sophomore. He was bull rushed a lot a year ago, worked hard in the weight room to get stronger to counter that. Already a big kid, 6'8", 301. We'll check on him when we come back to Madison.
Work to do? You need a truck. Step up to the best. It's GMC Truck Month. Get professional grade engineering, power, payload, and fuel efficiency, like the Sierra 1500 with better available V8 fuel economy than Toyota Tundra. It's time to go to work. It's GMC Truck Month. Now get 0% APR financing or $5,000 purchase bonus cash on the 2008 GMC Sierra. See your local Buick Pontiac GMC dealer.
Can't work. Taught him that.
Aflac. Ask about it at work.
The DNA is just, that's just bananas. Actually like a living organism. It's DNA in a video game. It's like a computer that can talk and learn and stuff. It's crazy, isn't it? Oh, man. It automatically tracks the stats of the players, the injuries, the hot streaks. I don't know who thought about it, but he was a genius, man. It updates every day. Like, that's bananas, B.
Rated E for everyone.
Now $1.99.
Saturday Night Football on ABC. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. Cadillac. Introducing the 2009 Cadillac Escalade Hybrid. And Aflac. Ask about it at work.
October on a Saturday night, Madison, Wisconsin in the 40s. Very nice night to play college football, and Ohio State with a 7-0 lead here in the second quarter.
Now Karimi coming out, needing assistance, so a new left tackle in the ball game for Wisconsin. And the biggest thing is this is the Badgers' 4th offensive possession, and Travis Beckham has still not had a ball thrown towards him. Here he is right here. He has got to get involved in the game for the Badgers.
Josh Oglesby is the new guy on the offensive line, one of the most highly recruited offensive linemen in the country a year ago, as Everidge on the keeper. Let's go to Holly.
Injury updates on Ohio State right now. Dan Heron has passed all kinds of tests. He moved his head side to side, front and back, but what has the doctors concerned is what they're seeing in his eyes. They've put that little pen flashlight in his eyes. They continue to evaluate his pupils. He's out for now. One interesting note, though, Terrell Pryor, they have heavily bandaged his right throwing hand. He injured it early in the first quarter.
Well, that's not good news, Holly. Thank you. Blitz coming, Laurinaitis. Everidge got rid of it, and there is the All-American candidate at tight end, Travis Beckham, taken down by...
He's just too good a player. I mean, he had 9 catches for 140 yards last year against Ohio State in a losing effort. He missed the first 2 games this year because of a bad hamstring and only played a little bit in the 4th quarter last week. He's healthy now. He's your best football player, and you can't go 4 or 5 possessions without getting him the football.
If they keep having him go over the middle and jump like that, he won't be healthy very long, though. But he is a talented kid. He'll go in motion. Again, rolling away from pressure. Pressure throws complete. There is a flag down as Gilreath made the catch. This is one thing they wanted to do with Everidge, is move him a little bit.
Illegal formation. Only 6 men on the line of scrimmage. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
An illegal formation penalty was what killed him a week ago when they went for 2 points at the end of the game to tie it, and they were lined up wrong. Brett Bielema now in his 3rd year. How about this for starting record? 24-6. Years ago, the coach of the year in this conference. The successor to Barry Alvarez. Hill, little gap across the 20 to the 21. All right, let's take a look at tonight's trivia question. Who are the only 3 head coaches in the Big Ten history to win 21 or more games in their first 2 seasons? Remember, I won the season-long competition a week ago. I'm 1-0, and I retired the trophy. It's your turn. So you think about this. And don't use the knowledge you got at the production meeting this morning.
Well, then I'm taking myself out of the race.
Everidge throws underneath. That one's complete. That'll be a first down. And they got it, or check it won't. They got it to Isaac Anderson. Only his 4th catch of the year. And Malcolm Jenkins, the All-American candidate, made the tackle.
See, what you see with Everidge, or what I see, is he's a guy who's got talent. He's got a strong, lively arm. I mean, he can make the throws. And occasionally he's very accurate, but at other times the ball just kind of goes crazy on him a little bit. But he is certainly an athletic, a strong arm, and he needs to play solid for the Badgers to have a chance tonight.
On a reach the catch, that is a first down out to the 40-yard line. When he was here last year, he only had limited chances, threw 12 passes and completed 5.
And you can see on the move, a left-hander. He gets out there. He's got good vision to the sideline. He makes a nice, accurate throw to Gilreath. I mean, he certainly has the arm and is capable of making those kind of plays.
Team and counting. John Clay, number 32, is in for the first time. Gilreath, the wide receiver, getting a lot of action tonight. He crosses midfield before Kurt Coleman, the safety, gets him.
It's the 2nd time they've run this play. They ran it in the 1st quarter also. They fake inside and give it on the end around to Gilreath. And he does a nice job of finding his blockers out there. Mickey Turner, number 36, did a nice job of blocking on the perimeter for him. And another good play for the Badgers.
If you've got a speed guy, you got to find a way to keep him involved in the ball game, and that's what they're doing with Gilreath. They've thrown to him and run with him. And now Clay, that good-looking freshman, across the 45 to about the 44. Clay is 6'2", 237, a big-time recruit out of Racine.
And the thing about him is they wanted to get him more snaps tonight in early downs, in 1st and 2nd down situations. In 3rd down, when there's more pass protection involved, they don't feel he's quite ready for that. And, of course, P.J. Hill and Zach Brown, more experience in those situations. But on 1st and 2nd down, they want to get more snaps for John Clay because of his talent.
They'll shift the strong side of the formation to the right and then send Moore back to the left side. Everidge again hangs in the pocket. Throws underneath, and that's a pass down to the 40 to Beckham, just shy of a first down. Kurt Coleman made the tackle again. Let's go with Holly Rowe.
Well, one of the big problems that Wisconsin had last week against Michigan was dropped passes. Their coaches counted 7. They really had the wide receivers spend some extra time on the jugs machines. We talked to their quarterback about it, and he said, you know, all I can do is make sure the ball gets there. But there's a dramatic improvement tonight, Todd. I'm not sure they've had a drop yet, and they've been able to move the ball.
Yeah, much better job catching the football tonight. And Everidge has been on target for the most part.
And this has been a pretty decent-looking drive so far against an Ohio State defense. Clay tried to cut it outside and almost broke an Anderson Russell. Had him around the ankles. What a good tackle. And let's go to Matt Weiner. Matt.
All right, Mike, let's get you a check of the ESPN Primetime Pulse. Vanderbilt playing its first game as a ranked team since 1984. And right now, poised to pull off the upset of number 13 Auburn. The Commodores lead it by 1 with 2:16 to go on ESPN. Newly ranked UConn trailing at North Carolina on ESPN 2.
All right, thanks, Matt. Vandy, quite a story. Everybody loves Cinderella, especially when Cinderella has to have 13 on her 1300 on her SATs to get into school. Got a timeout, 6:50 to go. Wisconsin down by 7, but driving.
That's weird. Why is there a Domino's guy here? I'll take care of this.
Hi, I have an oven-baked sandwich for Steve.
Yeah, I'm Steve, but why would I order a Domino's oven-baked sandwich? I love Submart. Just leave it on the side of the building. Poor guy was lost.
Introducing Domino's oven-baked sandwiches.
4 flavors baked at 450 degrees and delivered right to your mouth.
Just $4.99.
Domino's.
You got 30 minutes.
Pacific Life has been the power behind successful individuals for more than 140 years. Pacific Life's strength includes assets exceeding $100 billion. Ask your financial professional about how Pacific Life can help you reach your retirement goals. Pacific Life, the power to help you succeed.
Hybrids. Why are hybrids always tiny cars? They never have seating for 8, a DVD entertainment system, an 8-inch nav screen, and all the trimmings. You know what they should hybrid? This thing. That's what they should hybrid. Oh, did I just spoil the secret?
Stay.
All right, what the hell's going on? I need my cell.
You need to sell what?
It's 1973, the year of the fist. Harvey Keitel, Gretchen Mall, Michael Imperioli, Lisa Bonet, Jason O'Mara. ABC's Life on Mars premieres Thursday, 10/9 Central after a new Grey's Anatomy on ABC.
Near the conclusion of tonight's game, we'll select a Chevrolet player of the game from each team. Chevrolet will make a $1,000 contribution to each university's general scholarship fund.
Well, they like that play tonight. That little end around to Gilreath. You've got to respect whether it's P.J. Hill or John Clay, those big backs pounding inside.
Well, what's the old coaches saying? We're going to keep running it till you stop it.
Till you stop it. I'll tell you what's happened, though, in this game. What I feel in this game is that Wisconsin has started to settle into the game. Their defense has settled into the game after that opening possession, and now their offensive line and Allen Everidge have kind of settled in. They've got a nice-looking drive going right here.
This will be the 12th play of this drive. They fake it again and go straight up the middle. Freeman with the tackle. Here's Holly.
Well, guys, they have lost left tackle Gabe Karimi for the game on Wisconsin's offensive line. This is a huge blow. He's played every single snap for them last year. In his place, redshirt freshman Josh Oglesby. He's moving from right tackle. He'll be out at the left tackle position. We'll see how it affects this line.
And you could already see, Holly, they had the crutches set for Karimi, and that is a body blow for them. But Oglesby, as we said, one of the most highly recruited linemen in the country, waiting for a chance to play, and now he's got it at a tough position. It's a big combination of speed and power. And they've had some good big backs here at Wisconsin over the years, haven't they?
Well, they sure have. Oglesby's on the left side, so what's Wisconsin do? Run it to the right side. The little zone play to the right side. Excellent job. Everybody getting a hat on a guy, and Clay running hard north and south on that play.
Well, they just cleaned him out over there.
Did.
1st and 10 at the 11. Or 2nd down, excuse me. Now 1st down.
And this is where Wisconsin really needs to execute. They have not been good in the red zone. Last week against Michigan, their defense forced 5 turnovers, and they were only able to convert it into 19 points. They couldn't score touchdowns. They had to settle for field goals. They've had turnovers in the red zone this season. In a game like this, where their team is starting to settle in, they've got to take care of the football.
This drive has taken more than 8 minutes off the clock and has already gone 82 yards. Presley is back in there. That's good news. He's the fullback, 44.
They fooled the Ohio State defense on that one.
That's his 5th touchdown pass as opposed to 3 interceptions this year. And Wisconsin, which had looked so shaky starting the game, both offensively and defensively, comes back with a beautiful drive, more than 8 minutes in length, and they just ran it and threw it down Ohio State's throat to tie it up.
Mankind can wait. This superhero is building his own Capital One credit card. I want airline miles, a low interest rate, and a heroic picture of my family.
Guacamole. Personalize your card at Capital One Card Lab. Choose your rewards, interest rate, even upload your own image at CapitalOne.com.
Honey.
What's in your wallet?
Red.
Enterprise will pick you up and get you going to Rogue Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
You deserve a meal made for men.
Taco Bell's Big Box Meal. A Crunch Wrap Supreme, Burrito Supreme, Cinnamon Twist, a large drink, and featuring the new Volcano Taco.
Eat like a man.
Sometimes you need a little push to let go of your Mach 3 razor until you discover Gillette Fusion. 5 blades spaced closer together with less irritation. Switch to Gillette Fusion.
Thursday.
What's that?
An unimaginable crisis. You'll have to see to believe. There's never been a better time for Eli.
So who's with me?
Johnny Lee Miller is Eli Stone. Premiere Tuesday, October 14th at 10/9 Central on ABC.
Smiles all around on the Wisconsin side, and why not? A brilliant drive, one of the best you will ever see. 15 plays, 81 yards, 8 minutes and 16 seconds off the clock. And if the 8-16 isn't good enough to tire out the defense, it keeps those huge offensive weapons on the sideline for a long time. Sane is the deep man for Welch. To 40. Etienne Sabino threw a heck of a block to get him more yardage. Let's take a look now at the Southwest Airlines playbook.
Well, you see the action of the play go to the left. Now, right here, Turner is coming across the formation, and Lawrence Wilson, number 87, is kind of right there, but just freezes and lets him go behind him. The secondary moved with the play of the quarterback, and Wilson just kind of got frozen there on the backside of the play, and Mickey Turner able to get it into the end zone.
7 to go in the first half. We are tied at 7 from Madison, Wisconsin. Number 14, number 18. Wells back in the ball game up to the 45, a gain of about 4 yards. Isn't the crowd a little quiet?
Yeah, they are. Yeah,
is it the absence of the band, or
well,
are they just
I'm sure
quiet?
that has something to do with it, but you know, everybody told us about night game in Madison.
Yeah,
the crowd, a wild place, a hard place to play. Their team just tied the score, and it's pretty quiet.
Trying to get out the outside.
On this play, he hit his own guy as well as the receiver.
Sanzenbacher made the catch, and he gets 3 guys drill him at the same time. You had Levy and Valai hit him, along with Chris Maragoose, a backup safety. Now, that's a sandwich.
Well, Levy was right next to him, and so was Maragoose, but Jay Valai came from a long way away with a full head of steam and laid one on it.
They have thrown some lumber at these guys tonight. Boy, and Sanzenbacher. 3 guys got their best licks at the same time. Here's what it sounded like. And you can bet it was louder if you're the guy who had the ball.
See, I don't think Jay Valai is 100% either right now. I mean, he got up a little gingerly, not quite as gingerly as he did. But they're taking a look at Jay Valai as well, because that was a serious collision.
Yeah, they're checking eyeballs all over the field right now.
What a break for the Badgers. Their defense, all that rest, and they're on the field for 2 plays, and they get to rest again.
Well, they earned it. Sanzenbacher trying to figure out where he is. And can Wisconsin do anything in the last 3:37 after that last drive? To the 39, we take the chance to check in with Matt Weiner.
All right, Mike, SportsCenter right now is powered by Vizio. Oklahoma racked up nearly 600 yards offense in a road rout of Baylor. They'll remain number 1 for next Saturday's Red River rivalry game against Texas. That's noon Eastern time on ABC. Alabama got 218 yards of rushing from Glenn Coffey, survived 3 turnovers, and hung on against Kentucky.
All right, thanks, Matt. That's going to be a movement penalty on Wisconsin.
All start 63 offense. 5 yards. Still second down.
Todd and I had a chance to see Oklahoma against Washington, a team that they are obviously physically superior to. But still, that said, I think Oklahoma's the best-looking team I've seen.
Yeah, they were. Offensively, I was so impressed with their spread offense, and yet their ability to run power football and throw out of the empty set with a shotgun quarterback.
Again, dragging tacklers. He's got a first down.
I'll tell you what, right now, Wisconsin is the more physical football team. When this game started, Ohio State was the more physical football team. But since the second quarter started, Wisconsin has clearly been the more physical football team.
And it didn't even look like it was that close. They looked far superior in that department when it started. And incomplete. Every average has been up and down, but he's come through with a couple of good plays.
Well, he has, but right now he's got to be careful. He's got to be very smart. With 2 minutes and 10 seconds left in the half, your team has fought their way back in. You've gotten to the point where you're playing dead even with Ohio State right now. Don't do something here. Don't make a big mistake. Don't try to force a throw in and give Ohio State a chance to take the lead right before halftime. Be smart with the football.
2nd and 10. This time he's not going anywhere. Gilreath dragged down in the backfield by the strong side linebacker Marcus Freeman. You go to the well so often, we said, run it until they stop it. Well, they stopped it. And we're sure they've got something off of that.
I wonder if they do have a pass of some sort off of that. I don't think they could have done anything that time because Freeman was all over the play.
Bridge again, had a chance to run, throws it instead, and it's incomplete. Intended for Beckham. Time for tonight's
Aflac
trivia question. Who are the only 3 head coaches in Big Ten history to win 21 or more games in their first 2 seasons? Todd has the answer.
Well, I did have 2 of them. I had Jim Tressel and Brett Bielema, but Fielding Yost was the one that I...
Well, those are the easy ones.
I know. I'm a young guy, though. I don't know a lot of these older answers.
Ignorance is no excuse. Remember that defense? Guys will take it out near the 25-yard line. 45-yard punt and a 10-yard return with 1:24. Momentum has clearly shifted to Wisconsin. As you pointed out at the beginning of the game, Ohio State looked like a much more physical team. They don't anymore. What do they do to turn it around?
I think that, they're fine. They just need to kind of get back into playing good, solid football and take care of the football, first of all. Terrell Pryor had the interception that kind of killed some momentum, and then they just had the turnover there on the hit. They just got to take care of the football and get back to giving the ball inside to Beanie Wells and maybe throwing on early downs for Terrell Pryor. Keep him out of 3rd down situation.
And Pryor's certainly so explosive, he can hit the big play on you at any time. 4-man rush, plenty of time. Pryor down the middle. Robisky can't it back. Alan Langford, stride for stride. This kid's pretty good, isn't he?
He is pretty good. That was a very nice throw by Terrell Pryor. He put it over the outside shoulder. Very well thrown ball. And I think what happened was Langford had Robisky's inside arm pinned, and Robisky could only go up with his left hand and not able to secure the football with one hand, and therefore the incompletion. Well played by Langford.
You can almost hear Langford. If you can catch it with your left hand, more power to you.
Right.
You're not going to get the other one on it. Robisky, even though he caught 20 passes coming into this game, had only averaged 10 yards a catch. Pryor looks left, now looks right. Shooting throws incomplete. On the run, he was short for DeVere Posey, and that was pretty well covered.
Well, Posey was open for about 10 seconds on this play, but for whatever reason, Pryor was unable to see him. Now here's Posey. He's going to cross the field. He is open all the way across the field, but Pryor is unable to see him. Watch Posey come across the field. He's open, he's open, he's open, he's wide open. And then when Pryor finally does see him, it's too late, and he can't make an accurate throw.
Still has 2 timeouts left if they can stop Ohio State here. Force a punt. Stop the clock and do at the 102 mark, and they'll have another chance.
Well, they'll have another chance, and maybe Brett Bielema, who is also the special teams coach for Wisconsin, will try to go after this punt. He called timeout to stop the clock with 1:02 left. And he is in charge of the main groups of special teams. Let's see if he goes after this punt.
Television's next great cop show has arrived. Life on Mars. Series premiere this Thursday at 10/9 Central after an all-new Grey's Anatomy. It stars Harvey Keitel, Michael Imperioli, Gretchen Mol, Jason O'Mara, and Lisa Bonet. And it's a great premise to the show. The one thing that disturbs me, I thought Disco was dead, and I thought all those ugly clothes were dead. But they're back. It's like Dracula. You got to drive a stake in their heart. Here cheering because the Brewers are leading the Phillies 3-1. And, of course, so many Milwaukee Brewer fans among this crowd, although that is not a Brewers costume. Esso will punt it away with 1:02 on the clock. He waits at the 25.
Wow, what a bomb.
Driven back and will let it go. Bounces at the 5 and just made the end zone. He just killed that thing. 67-yard punt by Trapasso. Let's go to New York and Matt Weiner for SportsCenter right now.
All right, Mike, here's our nominee for the Pontiac game-changing performance. Boston College and North Carolina State tied at 31 late in Raleigh when Chris Kane keeps it and delivers his 5th touchdown of the game and an Eagle victory. You can vote for your Pontiac game-changing performance starting tomorrow morning at 9 on ESPN.com.
Matt, thank you. 52 seconds to go. And Everidge 80 yards away from the goal line. Protection gets it out to Kyle Jefferson.
Clock still running.
They have blocked really well for him, and the Wisconsin sideline really upset about that call. If you're going sideways or backwards when you go out of bounds, you're not out of bounds.
Well, Jefferson didn't fight hard enough to get out of bounds. I mean, he's a slender guy, 6'5", 175 pounds, and he couldn't get out of bounds.
This one to the sideline, and Beckham makes the catch. This guy's got great hands. I mean, great hands. If he can touch it, he can catch it.
Knows where the sideline is, gets that left foot down, secures the catch. So now for Wisconsin, 21 seconds. They still have 1 timeout left.
Anderson Russell hit him, hit the ball, did everything he could, and Beckham's still able to hang on.
Philip Welch, their field goal kicker, had a 52-yarder last week in Ann Arbor.
Everidge again, good protection. Beckham shakes a tackle. Gets down to the 43. They'll stop the clock for a second to move the chains with 14 to go. Wisconsin still 1 timeout left.
Spike the ball here.
Well, I tell you, they look really good right now.
Wisconsin killed the ball to stop the clock. Ohio State tried to run a guy on late, and it was their 12th guy, I think, coming onto the field. So I think there's going to be an illegal substitution penalty.
What a break.
On Ohio State as well.
Illegal substitution charged to Ohio State. The 12th yard penalty. Still first down. Incomplete pass.
It's going to come from right over here. He's going to come running out on the field, and he's just late. Then he tries to get back off the field. He's late. He says, whoops, I'm not supposed to be out there anyway. And by that time, Wisconsin had snapped the ball.
And from right here, you're looking at a 53-yard field goal. Wisconsin still has the timeout. Throw a pass over the middle, throw it anywhere. They've got time to do it.
So they saved their timeout. They're going to spike the ball again.
Seconds left on the clock. You don't have, I mean, you can't run 2 plays. Not unless you're Les Miles.
Yeah, you're right.
He can.
Now they got to kick the field goal right here and take the lead into the halftime. What a throw by Everidge. He steps up in the pocket. He finds a throwing lane and then hits Jefferson right inside the 5-yard line. Made possible because Everidge stepped up in the pocket and found a new throwing lane to make that pass.
Welch, who has plenty of leg, will come on to try basically an extra point. He was a 2nd-team All-American in high school. He's a freshman out of Fort Collins, Colorado. Had a 56-yarder in high school, so leg is not the question.
They called it to make sure they're all on the same page, or if Brett Bielema is thinking something else here.
ABC Wednesday, television's most unusual private investigators are solving crimes 1 touch at a time. Sometimes the dead have all the answers. The Emmy Award-winning Pushing Daisies, all new this Wednesday at 8, 7 Central, right here on ABC. Well, you would think, end of the first half, you've got to go for the chip shot field goal to take the lead.
Yeah, I don't think that you would think fake right here. You want momentum. I mean, this is college football is a game of momentum. You started off, and it looked like the way the game started, you might get run out of your own stadium, but Wisconsin has weathered that storm and has come back to play dead even. And now if you take a lead into the locker room at halftime, that's huge because you get the ball to start the second half as well.
Welch from an angle drills it straight through. And that's the first half. Wisconsin scores 10 unanswered after Ohio State drove it right down their throats on the opening drive. It's 10-7 Wisconsin. Stay tuned for the Bud Light halftime report. John Saunders, Craig James, and Doug Flutie coming up next right after these messages.
In today's luxury game, the question isn't whether or not your car has available features like a 40-gig hard drive. It isn't about sunroofs or Sapelli wood accents, pop-up nav screens, or any of that. No, the real question is, when you turn your car on, does it return the favor?
Oh, that's not necessary. You don't have to.
All right, Mama. Did you get the flowers I sent?
Hey, MJ.
Right, love you.
The Haynes man himself.
Okay.
Speaking of which, my agent turned me on to these shirts. The collar doesn't stretch out. You should look into it.
Looks good, man. But I gotta go.
We should do dinner. Like Korean barbecue?
No.
We could just trade info. Maybe you and I could...
Take care of it.
The number's in there. Call me.
A collar that lays flat. That's the Comfort Fit Promise, only from Hanes.
Anything else I can get you? Get me a new phone.
Can you believe we still call these phones, considering all they can do? Truth is, technology's only great when you know how to use it. I'm Dan Hesse, CEO of Sprint. First, we revolutionized wireless plans. Now we want to help you get the most from these amazing devices. So come by a Sprint store for a personalized setup. Or walk out an expert.
You're talking about me. Why are you talking about me?
Premiering Tuesday, October 14th. If there's one guy who can make a difference in our lives, it's Eli.
I am flattered.
Sigourney Weaver, Katie Holmes, and Seal are just some of the guest stars joining television's most extraordinary lawyers.
I think I was meant to meet you.
Lucky me.
ABC's Eli Stone. Season premiere Tuesday, October 14th at 10/9 Central on ABC.
To the Bud Light halftime report, as Wisconsin and Ohio State playing a very, very tight one. Beanie Wells back and running. It makes Doug Flutie extremely happy. That's what they said right now, along with Craig James. I'm John Saunders. And the #1 team in the nation about 10 days ago was USC, and they looked unbeatable. As a matter of fact, they blew that Ohio State team completely off the field. Then they went to Oregon State and looked less than ordinary. So, trying for redemption today against Oregon. Jeremiah Johnson punches it in from a yard out, touchdown. Oregon has an early 7-0 lead. But then Sanchez goes to work, finds Damian Williams.
You know, Damian Williams is a guy that transferred from Arkansas, now the top receiver at USC, but they weren't finished. Mark Sanchez with a double move on the outside, buys time, moves the pocket, launches it. Big touchdown down the field.
Ronald Johnson, 63 yards, so USC has the lead at 17-10. Jeremiah Johnson, as we said, the scoring for Oregon. Missouri against Nebraska. Jeremy Maclin. Could he be a Heisman Trophy candidate? Some people think so. Chase Daniel definitely is over the middle. Maclin takes it 58 yards.
First drive of the game. First drive of every game Missouri has scored.
And they've just punched another one in, so a 13-7 lead there. TCU against Oklahoma.
That was
last
Texas,
week.
This week they jump ahead and play at Texas and Colorado.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Cole steps up in the pocket, throws a lateral.
You know what? Colt McCoy had over 200 yards at this point in the game throwing. Again, another great day. He's got 2 touchdown passes. McCoy has just been outstanding in his execution here. To his friend and buddy Jordan Shipley at the back of the end zone, another touchdown.
16 yards on that one. Longhorns with a 14-0 lead. And then Obaniah takes another touchdown, 13 yards, powers his way across. Texas with a 21-0 lead. It's now 28-0. Auburn against Vanderbilt. And Vanderbilt looking for a 5-0 start. But Auburn's defense is tough, we know. Chris Todd hits Mario Fannin. 28 yards for the touchdown. Auburn has a 13-0 lead, but Mackenzie Adams will find Justin Wheeler 15 yards in the touchdown.
Backup quarterback Mackenzie Adams steps in, sticks the ball down the middle of the field for a seam, and this one, buying time, back in the back of the end zone, comes up with a second touchdown pass. Auburn missed an extra point. The difference in the ball game.
Brandon Barden missed that touchdown, and then Vanderbilt trying to come back. You can see the time, 2 minutes left, but the interception by Myron Lewis, and Vanderbilt holds on to win 14-13, knocking off Auburn. Again, Auburn's lack of offense coming into play, but I don't think we should talk about what Auburn didn't do. I think we should give the credit to the kids at Vanderbilt.
I remember after a couple of weeks ago, we did the game where Vanderbilt beat South Carolina and Steve Spurrier. It was a big thing, a big win. I saw Bobby Johnson at the airport the next morning. He had his coaching staff. They were getting on a plane to go out and recruit. He was excited then. This football team and that program now, 3 straight wins like that over some SEC.
Yep.
I mean, they are on a roll. Congratulations to them.
And do it without your star player. Chris Nixon, or Nixon at quarterback. not there. Mackenzie Adams, backup, steps right in, looked very comfortable from the get-go. They did turn the ball over early in the game, but then settled in. 14 straight points, come out with the win.
We can say this much, that we know none of the players were alive the last time they did this. Matter of fact, a lot of people weren't alive when this happened, including the two gentlemen sitting to my left. I probably was the only one at this desk who was alive the last time they beat a ranked team in 56. First win over Auburn since 55 Gator Bowl. First 5-0 start in a full season since 41. And they won 3 straight SEC games for the first time since 82.
But I will say briefly, we do have to say something about Auburn, because War Eagle, I guarantee you right now, they are fuming with Tommy Tuberville and this offense and this football team. I saw them in the spring. They're a very talented team, but they just aren't a football team today.
They're fighting for identity on offense. You know, talking about the spread offense and all that with Tony Franklin. They were thinking, some of the comments they made it sound like they were going to go back to hammering the football. Still can't get it done in 13 points.
Something else we want to show you, just because it never happens. UConn against North Carolina. This is going to be Bruce Carter. Goes in and blocks the punt. It's recovered for a touchdown. Now, why is this so important? It's the 3rd block punt of the game for Carter, and he had 1 in his previous game, so 4. 17-6, North Carolina. Lead there. Baseball right now, the Brewers trying to get even with the Phillies, a 4-1 lead. As Jamie Moyer came up, was uncharacteristically wild in the early going of this one. That's in the top of the 8th inning. Milwaukee up 4-1. Stick around. Coming up, more scores and highlights, including the number 2 team in the nation, Alabama, as well. We'll let you know that if they won.
So, how's my day look?
9:30 to 1, you send funny pics to your wife. From 1 to 1:15, texting your son throughout recess. 1:15 to 3, exchanging flicks with your daughter. 3 to 4, texting aimlessly to everyone. And at 4, a budget meeting.
Thursday, 9/8 Central.
What's that?
On an all-new Grey's Anatomy.
Hey, move!
For the doctors of Seattle Grace, the world will come crashing down. And there's nothing they can do to stop it. Grey's Anatomy, Thursday, 9/8 Central, followed by the series premiere of Life on Mars on ABC.
Herb Brooks spoke of miracles. Jane Pauley speaks with integrity. Jesse Owens spoke of equality. Steve McCurry speaks through humanity. Gerald Ford spoke of world peace. Voice.
It started out as a simple football cheer. Today, it has become more. Much more. A bond between students, teachers, and alumni. A proud union that makes the world a better place through research and service. On campus and around. It's an expression of community for Buckeyes everywhere.
This is the Bud Light halftime report. John Saunders, Craig James, and Doug Flutie. The new number 1 team in the nation is Oklahoma. And all the teams we've seen over the last 6 weeks, I think we all agree, they have been the most consistent. Facing Baylor today, and Sam Bradford finds Joaquin Iglesias, who goes 42 yards.
Another great day by Bradford, 23 of 31, 372 yards, 2 more touchdown passes. This guy's on fire. 1,500 yards on the season and 16 touchdown passes.
Second best team in the country. Glenn Coffey says so. 218 yards of rushing.
Gashing him, opened up a big hole. He takes it to the house, but it was their only offensive touch. Tough, shut him down, had an opportunity, couldn't pull it out.
Well, here's what you're talking about. Mike Hartline fumbles the ball. Orlando McClain picks it up, goes in for the touchdown. It was 14-0 at that point. They hold on for a 3-point victory. Darrell Clark for Penn State is going to hit Dion Butler down the sidelines for 32 yards, get it down to the 4-yard line. From there, Evan Royster takes it in.
You know what? I think the balance of Penn State with their offensive line, their passing game, everything. Royster, 141 yards on the day. This team now has 21 rushing touchdowns for the season. That says they have balance and they are powerful.
Florida trying to bounce back from their loss to Ole Miss, facing Arkansas. Tim Tebow finds Percy Harvin, 21 yards, 24-7 is the score at that point. Later in the fourth, Chris Rainey gets a handoff, spins 75 yards.
Both Rainey and Debs had 103 yards rushing today. Took some of the load off of Tebow, even though Tebow's still going to make his plays.
First time since '97 they had 2 100-plus yard rushers. Texas Tech facing Kansas State. Texas Tech, the #7 team in the nation, and Graham Harrell, a big reason why. Michael Crabtree, also a big reason why.
Another show-up game for the country to find out if Texas Tech is for real this season, up 31-14. Graham Harrell was on fire all day. Michael Crabtree again today on the day. Harrell, 6 touchdowns in the air. He rushed for another one, and I think Texas Tech looked pretty darn impressive.
I think we'd be remiss if we didn't mention Adam James had a pretty terrific day for Texas Tech, don't you say?
He
had 4 catches, didn't he?
Proud father, I guarantee it.
Let's talk about Penn State a little bit, because the Big Ten is in disarray right now with Ohio State looking so bad against USC. Michigan, we're not sure who they are from week to week. If Penn State runs the table in the Big Ten, they could find themselves below a one-loss SEC team in a national championship
That's the
picture.
conversation, man, and it's table talk going around the country. If the Big Ten gets left out of that, it'd be crazy, because if Penn State is undefeated, that means they went through the Big Ten schedule, meaning at Wisconsin, at Ohio State. They would have won those games. But I think it's a viable question because, you know, the SEC is very powerful and respected. So is the Big 12.
They needed Wisconsin. Wisconsin lost to Michigan. Now, Ohio State if they knock off Wisconsin, there's no other big-time win there, you know, that Wisconsin game. So,
And Joe Paul had to watch the game from the press box today, too. Things aren't great there for Penn State, even though they won. This is a Bud Light halftime report.
Hey, man, what kind of light beer do you want? Whatever. They all taste the same.
Hold on. They all taste the same. Does bath water taste the same as spring water? Does a carrot stick taste the same as a stick? Stick. Does ground beef taste the same as beef on the ground? Bottom line, there is a difference. And Bud Light has it. It's called drinkability. That just right taste. Not too heavy, not too light. Bud Light. The difference is drinkability.
Bud Light Halftime Report. Brought to you by Bud Light. Endless refreshment from start to finish. Bud Light keeps it coming.
Sunday.
Meow.
There are so many juicy reasons to watch.
I have been violated.
Bedroom secrets exposed.
Is this Susan's sex tips night?
Marital meltdown.
You're ashamed of me.
My husband served time. Should I be proud?
A family fractured.
Oh my God, oh my God.
Pretending to be somebody else. And the best reason of all, Us Weekly gives it 4 stars.
How am I going to fix this? He's already rubbed too many members.
An all-new Desperate Housewives, Sunday at 9/8 Central, followed by an all-new Brothers and Sisters on ABC.
Wouldn't it be great if it were just this forever?
This Thursday, in the blink of an eye, Detective Sam Tyler will find himself stuck in 1973, and he has no idea why.
I need my cell.
You need to sell what?
New show that's being hailed as masterful, must-see, first-rate, a 4-star premiere event.
What the hell's going on?
From the network that brought you Lost, Grey's Anatomy, and NYPD Blue.
Do we have a warrant? Here's your warrant.
Comes the next great cop show.
The transfer from Hyde? This is my desk. My computer. Like 2001, A Space Odyssey.
Looks like we got us a regular spaceman.
Harvey Keitel, Lisa Bonet, Michael Imperioli, Gretchen Mol, and Jason O'Mara.
None of this is real.
You feel it? My heartbeat.
ABC's Life on Mars premieres Thursday at 10/9 Central after a new Grey's Anatomy on ABC.
ESPN's week-long coverage of the National Football League begins tomorrow morning at 11. Here's Chris Berman.
It's week 5 on Sunday NFL Countdown. No silver and black love lost between Al Davis and fire coach Lane Kiffin. How will the drama in Oakland shake out?
Because I'm going to score, and I'm going to kiss the star.
It's no secret. When I get the ball, things move.
Wide receivers with wide mouths. As T.O. and Chad Johnson square off, we revisit their sound bites of the week. And with debate season in full swing, our crew stages the great debate. Just who will win the NFC East? It's all ahead on Sunday NFL Countdown, tomorrow at 11 a.m. Eastern. Now let's send it to Mike Tirico.
Tour hits New Orleans with a couple of pretty good stars in Adrian Peterson and Reggie Bush, and a New Orleans offense that has a big wow factor to it.
Yeah, I'm going to push this game a little bit. If you got a clicker in your hand and you got a chance to see Adrian Peterson and Reggie Bush, you're not going anywhere else, because anytime either of them gets the ball, it could be 85 yards and a touchdown.
And how can you forget Drew Brees? When you talk about the stars, there is no one playing the quarterback position better in the National Football League right now than Drew Brees.
No one?
Nobody. Right now, through 4 games of the season, no one's playing better. 72% complete. And don't forget, he's had a lot of injuries to his offense. He's carried this football team.
Jealous.
No one's. Yes,
you're a quarterback.
It's going to be a passing game on Monday night in my wheelhouse.
And don't forget, Minnesota thought they could go to the Super Bowl this year. If they don't win on Monday, they're 1-4. See you then.
Second half kick is coming up after this message and a word from our ABC stations.
This is my family. This is their new HD TV.
That doesn't look like HD.
I don't think it's hooked up right. And this is me. Yeah. Let's see what happens this time when my family goes to Best Buy.
This LG is perfect for you, and Geek Squad can set it up.
HD is, but I don't like it. HD done right. Only from Best Buy. You happier. Sunday, a community's biggest cheerleader becomes the Extreme Team's biggest inspiration.
If you always look at the bright side, it really changes your life.
You're awesome. ABC's Extreme Makeover Home Edition. All new Sunday, 8/7 Central on ABC.
Come to Skyline Chili today and enjoy our signature 3-way chili. Add beans or onions to make it a 4-way, or add both for a 5-way. We'll make it any way you like. Come on, it's Skyline time.
Here's another 90ism with Natty Light. Today's word is Natterday.
Natterday, the most awesomest day of one's week. Super sweet female friend. Pedro was looking at a real nice...
Now you're talking!
John McCain talks about a $5,000 tax credit for health care. But here's what he's not telling you. McCain would make you pay income tax on your health insurance benefits. Taxing health benefits for the first time ever. And that tax credit? McCain's own website says it goes straight to the insurance companies, not to you, leaving you on your own to pay McCain's health insurance tax. Taxing health care instead of fixing it. We can't afford John McCain.
I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.
If you love the flavor of buffalo chicken, you've got to try Skyline Chili's Spicy Buffalo Chicken Salad or Buffalo Chicken Wrap, made with Skyline's very own buffalo sauce. Come on, it's Skyline time.
It's new in the morning. Good Morning Tri-State starts your day right. Good Morning Tri-State. It's all new with a pace that keeps up with your morning. Only on 9 News.
We do the Pacific. The Saturday Night Football presented by Southwest Airlines. We're at Wisconsin, and we have a really good ball game for you. Number 18 leading number 14. Here are the first half stats, and Wisconsin has begun to dominate. 36 total yards to 122. How about that, Todd?
It's impressive. They averaged almost 6.2 yards per play. And the thing that's impressive about what Wisconsin did in that first half, they did it without a starting left tackle, without the guy, one of their starting tight ends, without their starting fullback. So they missed 3 starters on that offense and really got it going in the second quarter.
Brett Bielema has done pretty well leading it to half. 1 loss in 20 tries, and Wisconsin will get the football first. Remember what happened to them a week ago. Yeah. They had a dominant performance in the first half against Michigan and came apart only to lose. A single deep man. Nice cut by Gilreath to get across the 20 up to the 23. Let's take a look now at the Pacific Life game summary. Terrell Pryor, 4 out of 7. Seemed to have better numbers in that first half, but did not. Chris Wells had a great run on the opening drive, went 33 yards for a touchdown. Ohio State looked to be dominant. Average came back, had an outstanding second quarter, including that touchdown throw. And Welch had the go-ahead field goal. Everidge on the roll again. Had P.J. Hill wide open in the flat and bounced it to him.
And that was a good call on first down by Paul Chryst, because Ohio State was coming with a blitz right away on first down to try to change the course of the game, change the momentum a little bit right away. And it was an excellent call to roll Everidge out, and he just really short-armed that one to P.J. Hill.
You know, you can make all the calls, you can do everything else, but sometimes bad stuff just happens. Hill. Nice cutback. If he could have stayed on his feet, he had another 10 yards coming. Laurinaitis made the tackle.
Seems like everybody, ever since Noshawn Marino did the leap over a player a couple weeks ago for Georgia, everybody wants to do that. Last week, Beanie Wells did it in the Minnesota game, and that time P.J. Hill was trying to jump over Laurinaitis, not able to get all the way over the top.
Tell you what, not everybody can do that.
Yeah, Beanie did it last week at Minnesota game and kind of surprised people with the bad toe.
Opening drive of the second half. They go to Beckham, and Beckham has enough for the first down. See, tell you what, I'd feed this kid as much as I could, wouldn't you?
Well, the first 3 drives of the game, he had 0 catches. Then the last 3, he had 4. And here, the first drive of the third quarter, he gets it. He's a big body, so he shields the defender away from him. That's Chikwa, the corner, who's 6 foot, 188 pounds, going against a guy who's 6'5", running across the middle of the field.
Boy, and Beckham doesn't mind going over the middle. He knows he's going to take a pounding, but he hasn't shied away from anything. Hill has that little skip move that he likes. Lawrence Wilson made the tackle. Was really impressed with John Clay, who gave him a breather a couple of times in the first half when he got in there. And you had mentioned earlier that he was a guy they wanted to get the ball in his hands more.
Yeah, he's going to be a big-time player here, but P.J. Hill is the veteran. I mean, he's the guy that's done it over the last couple years, and they are very successful when he gets the ball in his hands quite a bit. Now we got both of them in the ball game right now. Again, remember, Chris Presley, the starting fullback, hurt on the opening kickoff.
Clay behind Hill, and they'll throw it out in the flat. They missed Hill again as Everidge was under pressure and threw it wide of him.
Well, this one, I think, is more on the receiver. They ran the same kind of play, a little bootleg. The first down play, it was a bad throw in the dirt. This one should have been caught. He's under pressure. He gets it out there. The back gets both hands on it and not able to bring it down.
When that's an easy first down if he makes the catch, too.
Well, they went to Beckham on the last third down play. He's on the end of the line now. He's lined up inside, so he'll work against a linebacker probably right in here.
And that's a matchup that they love. He's running a crossing route. They throw down Fezzik. Anderson had it on his hands. Everidge with a good-looking bullet that time, and that was a big-time play they just didn't make.
Well, he had either one. He had Beckham underneath that would have been a first down, and he had the deeper route to Anderson, and it was a good throw and a good read by Everidge. And again, as Holly mentioned in the first half, 7 drop passes a week ago against Michigan really hurt them in the second half.
He got it back. Holy cow, let's go to Holly Rowe.
Well, checking in with Wisconsin's coach, Brett Bielema, at the half, he was fired up going into the locker room. He spent a good 3 or 4 minutes out here on the field before he joined his team talking to the officials. He said they made a mistake during that last drive. There was about 51 seconds left on the clock. He feels they didn't stop the clock after a first down where they should have, and they lost between 10 and 12 seconds. He said, boy, it made a big deal because they could have had time to go for a touchdown there.
Good point, Holly. Jason said great drive early in the ball game. Can he go?
You know about the power, but the speed here and cutback runs are what Beanie Wells really hurt Wisconsin with last year. He had 169 yards last year and 3 touchdown runs in the second half. This is a cutback run, a missed tackle by Mario Goins, number 23, right at the line of scrimmage, and that was all Beanie Wells needed to get into the secondary.
54 yards for Wells, 11 carries, 120 yards tonight. Wells will replace him on this series. Pryor just sort of pushed that one out to Robisky. Looked like he was throwing it with the middle of the football. That first drive went 71 yards. Since then, the longest drive was 24. Nothing else has exceeded 4 yards.
Well, I think one of the things that Jim Tressel and Jim Bowman, offensive coordinator, Joe Daniels, quarterback coach, would have told Terrell Pryor at halftime is, hey, you know what? When you roll out, if it's not there, take off and run. Don't hold on to the ball too long and take the big losses in the backfield.
Jonathan Casillas, a big-time linebacker, drilled him. Let's go back to Holland.
Ohio State coach Jim Tressel told me at halftime that after that opening series touchdown, they really stalled on offense a little bit. He said we got some things that were
sideline. He sprinted out to the field.
And he is not happy. We've had great aerial shots tonight, of course, courtesy of our friends at Outback Steakhouse, proud sponsor of the Outback Bowl. The Bloomin' Onion One Airship, a fan favorite every week on ABC. The ESPN College Football Telecast. Back to Madison after this.
All right, your fare is going to be $69.
Wow, it's not bad. That's it?
Yeah. Oh, and give me $25 for a bag fee, $15 for a booking fee. Why don't you just give me your whole lot? Give me the whole thing. Give it to me now. Gimme. Is there a problem?
Yeah, but that's more than you said it would be.
Hidden fees are the other side of some low fares. But on Southwest Airlines, what you see is what you pay. Low fares, no hidden fees.
Strength is introducing the bigger, tastier chicken strips with our new Chick-fil-A sauce.
This is Detective Tyler, and back.
In the blink of an eye, Detective Sam Tyler will find himself stuck. 1973. And he has no idea why.
Looks like we got us a regular spaceman.
Harvey Keitel, Michael Imperioli, Lisa Bonet, and Jason O'Mara star in a masterful, must-see, 4-star premiere event. ABC's Life on Mars. Series premiere Thursday at 10/9 Central after a new Grey's Anatomy on ABC.
Monday, October 13th, ABC's Bad Girl of Television is back.
Don't just stand there, speak!
Divine new season.
Do not make me put down this baby, Jesus!
God, I can't wait to put you in a home.
Samantha Who premieres Monday, October 13th, 9:30, 8:30 Central on ABC.
Some great shots tonight here at Madison. Third down. Tell that his throwing motion, the way he's holding the ball, is different after he had that cut.
Yeah. Well, he has a little bit of a low delivery. He drops his elbow a little bit anyway, and particularly when he's really trying to guide one in there, you have a tendency to throw it almost like you're throwing to a dartboard instead of just releasing the football. But this is a good, quick decision. He sees it, he plants his foot, and he lets it go. And really, as a quarterback, I don't really care what your motion looks like. If you throw the ball accurately and on time, that's all that matters.
Checks back in, and he'll get the carry. Good cutback by Beanie Wells inside about the 8-yard line. Taken down by Matt Shaughnessy.
See, this is the thing that the whole Badger Nation is wondering about this football team right now. What will they do in the second half? You mentioned the Michigan game, the total collapse where they were up 19-0 and ended up losing by 2. The game before against Fresno State, they won by 3, but they had a similar kind of collapse in the second half. Against Ohio State last year, they were winning 17-10 in the third quarter before losing.
2nd and 3, Pryor. Stepping his way inside the 5, should have a first down at the 3. It'll be 1st and goal. Shaughnessy makes the tackle again. Shaughnessy lost his brother during two-a-days, missed a lot of time, got off to a real slow start. He has been their best pass rusher dating back to last year when he had 5 sacks. And I'm a little surprised that on this drive, Wisconsin has been sitting back instead of rushing more, which they did in the first half, and it was so effective.
High school, he would get away with taking that much time, but in the Big Ten, you got to make a quicker decision. Now, he doesn't make a bad decision to throw it into traffic, but if it's not there or you don't like what you're seeing, go ahead and take off. Take that big body of yours and run right for that pylon and see if you can get it into the end zone. He wants to do things right. The coaches told us he is really particular. He's a perfectionist. He wants to do it right all the time, but sometimes that causes you to hold on to the football a little bit too long.
Spot the ball down. Wisconsin has the ball, but I don't think they'll allow that fumble. And Aubrey Pleasant was the guy who came out with it or caused the fumble. He's a backup strong side safety.
Yeah, that was really a good tackle because it looked like Wells was going to cut in and get into the end zone, and Wells would not, or Pleasant would not let go of his ankles. He gets him, he holds on, he trips him up, and Wells clearly down before the ball pops out. But that was a excellent open field tackle by Pleasant.
Pleasant was a linebacker in high school. They made him a safety here at Wisconsin.
Jim Tressel just ran onto the field to call a timeout.
Doesn't that violate a sideline warning when coaches sprint out onto the field?
I guess if you can convince them that they're not paying attention to you, you're allowed to do that.
Ohio State able to stop the clock. Come back, it's Taste of the Town. Look out for this.
Enterprise will pick you up and get you going.
Favorite team home with Glidden Team Colors Paint. The true colors of true fans. Team Colors Paint, exclusively from Glidden and only at the Home Depot.
Precision is power. Introducing the all-new TL, the most powerful Acura ever built.
Universal Pictures presents.
We shouldn't play him.
I'm playing. You're damn right you are. The story of the first African American to win the Heisman Trophy. The Express. Rated PG. In theaters Friday.
Saturday Night Football on ABC. Brought to you by
Southwest Airlines, low fares, no hidden fees. The all-new Acura TL, the most powerful Acura ever built. Acura Advance. And Pizza Hut, it's true. Pizza Hut is now delivering Tuscany pastas. Order today.
Dodgers up by 3, third quarter. Buckeyes driving.
You were right. The ball floated a little bit out of Pryor's hands. He thought he had it. His man was open, but the Buckeye was able to get there and rip it out of the hands of Hartline.
When that was first thrown, I think Hartline had maybe half a step.
Yep.
But Langford, you're right. He has made some big-time plays tonight, and that will force the field goal try from Pretorius. This would tie it at 10. It's equivalent of an extra point from 20 yards. And he got it. The former rugby player knocks it through. Now it's time. Whoa. Flag down, and they're pointing toward Wisconsin. So it'd probably only be half the distance unless it's a personal foul, which would bring an automatic first down. Otherwise, they're going to leave the field goal on the board.
No foul on the play. Field goal.
Or no foul at all.
No.
Now it's time for Todd's Taste of the Town, brought to you by Chase.
I'm a huge breakfast guy, and when I rolled into Madison, Wisconsin, I found a place just a short down and out route from Camp Randall Stadium called Mickey's Dairy Bar. It's been open since 1946. The last 17 years, it's been owned by a guy named Peiyu Thongwang. Now, he changed the tile floors and added a few menu items, but kept the same old charm. Mickey's is a very popular spot for current Badger football players for one simple reason. Huge portions of tasty food for not a lot of money. And their signature item, the Scrambler, is right down my alley. Bottom layer of home-fried potatoes, your choice of meat, bacon, sausage, or ham, topped by eggs, cheddar cheese, and brown gravy. Good morning.
And 2 servings of that, and it's good night.
It was good night. At 3:30 in the afternoon that day, it was good night.
Hey, if your doctor was watching, he had a heart attack. What a massive meal.
Yeah, it was good. I could have done without the gravy, but I did that just for you.
I know that. Don't kid me. You love gravy. You're the only guy I've ever seen to put gravy on ice cream. Wisconsin now tied, trying to make something happen on the return. Gilreath goes out of bounds. Crowd wants a flag. They're going to get it.
Well, coming into the ball game tonight, Gilreath leading the Big Ten on kickoff returns at over 31 yards per return. Didn't get it on that, but the penalty might get him out there.
Let hit out of bounds. 15 yards. Tacked on the end for run. First down.
Very few mistakes in this game, and in a game that's this close and this hard fought, a mistake can make the difference. Devin Torrance with the late hit.
Devin Torrance from my hometown of Canton, Ohio, just trying to make a play on special teams and a little bit late.
And that moves the ball out to the 35-yard line with 7:37 to go. You can check out all of Todd's Taste of the Town menu items this year, and that really was overkill this week, wasn't it?
It was good. I mean, it was really good. I mean, I love breakfast.
It was good.
You know, and they say you should eat your biggest meal of the day should be breakfast. So, you know, that's okay. You know, I tell you what, though, a couple of those offensive linemen were in there before me from Wisconsin. In fact, one of the guys who got hurt tonight, Gabe Karimi, was one of the guys in there eating in that shot. Hopefully he'll be okay.
They don't say you should eat until you drop for breakfast. I mean, you may have a good meal for breakfast. Let's take a look at your bus. This is the Blackledge Mobile.
Well, the Chase Freedom sponsorship of the Taste. That's TJ, my driver, a great guy.
And look at this.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I mean, we'll roll out of there after the game tonight. I'll get in there. TJ's been sleeping during the day, and he'll be ready to go. And we'll roll back to Canton tonight. But it's been a lot of fun.
I worked a deal for a scooter. It's cheap on gas, I'll tell you that.
Well, this one's not.
No.
But it's fun. We've had a blast. And, again, TJ has been great to work with. And it's a fun way to travel. It's a fun way to prepare for the games. I watch game tapes on the way here and get a lot of my preparation done on the road. And it's really worked out well.
Well, you have done a tremendous job with Taste of the Town. It's been enjoyable every week. Here's what Todd has had so far. His cholesterol is up to about 260 now. And that was just after this week as we went to Mickey's Dairy Bar. The gentleman who owned it, I know you pronounced his name. I'm glad he didn't change the name. You could never, that wouldn't work.
Can I tell you something?
Sure.
After I ate all that, I had a milkshake, too. A chocolate malt milkshake. It actually made me feel a little better.
Hill breaks the tackle up to the 39. Maybe you can send something to Matt Weiner. Matt, what do you have?
Oh, indigestion, among other things. Sports Center right now, powered by Vizio. The Brewers got to Jamie Moyer early, avoided elimination in their NLDS series with the Phillies by beating the Phils 4-1. Game 4 of that series is tomorrow in Milwaukee. And Oklahoma racked up nearly 600 yards of offense in a road rout of Baylor. They'll still be #1 for next Saturday's Red River rivalry against Texas, noon Eastern, ABC.
Thank you, Matt. Spot the ball at the 39, 2nd and 6 for Wisconsin. Hill. Doesn't ever seem to hit the hole going at full speed. Seems to shuttle a little bit.
Yeah, he does.
He gets there.
He's kind of a patient runner. I mean, he's a big, strong guy, obviously. But he's got that experience of kind of finding his way through those holes. Again, another one of those big situations. 3rd and short last week against Michigan really caused him to stall in the second half. A big opportunity to convert right here.
John Clay, number 32, the freshman, is in as the running back. Everidge gets it to the guy he's got to get it to. Travis Beckham, the tight end, his 6th catch of the night. He ate up Ohio State a year ago with 9 catches. Anderson Russell takes him out of bounds. And this is somebody that if you throw him the ball, he's going to make plays. He has his entire career.
And one of the ways to keep him from being double covered is to put him in motion. That creates a matchup that you want. You bring him across the formation. Now he's got a linebacker or a safety covering him, and the safety very late trying to get on him, Anderson Russell.
Good protection again, but Everidge starts to scramble and runs right into the pressure. Let's go to Holly Rowe for more on Beckham.
Well, his return has been critical. Before last week, he had missed 2 straight games with that hamstring injury. He came in and played sparingly against Michigan, but he said what he's been doing to keep it healthy is he's been in the pool every day. He said, I get into that therapy rehab pool. I do all kinds of leg swings. I'm just trying to keep that thing loose. He said, I've done all kinds of rehab. I'm wearing special shorts that keep everything nice and tight, and guys, they've really needed him tonight.
Well, the pros, Holly, wonder whether he will be big enough to be one of those tweener tight ends in the NFL. I think he'll gain some weight. I think he'd be terrific. They want to set up a screen, and Hill falls over his offensive lineman. Johnny Moffitt was on the ground, and he fell right over him, and they had it wide open.
Yeah, back-to-back plays pretty ugly for Wisconsin. After a good drive start, Everidge on the scramble gets sacked, and this time trying to set up the screen to Hill, and Hill just, Moffitt can't crawl out of the way fast enough. Now 3rd and long, and again, a place where Everidge needs to be smart with the football. Punting here is not a terrible thing. It's 10-10. Your defense has played well. Don't give Ohio State the short field by making a mistake.
Ohio State comes with 4. Again, good protection for Everidge. And again, he throws for Beckham this time. He goes to the turf and can't hold on, and they will have to kick it away.
Well, that time the matchup favored Ohio State because not only did they get double coverage on Beckham, but they had their best defensive back, Malcolm Jenkins, number 2, out there on that coverage. So in that particular instance, the matchup favored Ohio State, and they forced the punt.
Hartline and Small will both go back as kick returners. Small has been brilliant this year, averaging almost 19 yards a punt return. Beautiful kick this time. Fair catch signaled and made at the 10. 44-yard kick and a fair catch forced.
Well, we talked about Terrell Pryor making his first start on the road. It started off pretty good. I mean, he showed those flashes of being able to turn a nothing play into a positive play. I don't think the crowd has affected him. He's been pretty poised. He did get a mistake here trying to go deep. He hung the ball up in the air, and Langford came away with the interception. Overall, I think he's played okay. He's played with poise. I think he's held onto the football a little bit too long. He's wanted to make the perfect throw or stick it right in there perfectly instead of just kind of cutting it loose.
They'll have to start at the 11-yard line. Wells takes it for 5 before he's brought down by McFadden, the middle linebacker. And since that opening drive, Wisconsin, on the whole, has played outstandingly well on defense.
Well, they have. They really settled in. I mean, it really looked like they were going to get run out of here the way that first series started. But they've settled in. Their defensive line, it's not an overly big group, but they're experienced. And they've held their own. And then these linebackers can really run. I mean, Levy and McFadden and Casillas can really run and tackle well in open space.
Maurice Wells is the tailback. He'll get this toss, and he will lose a yard. Right now, you don't see the explosiveness in that Ohio State offense we saw in the first half.
And there's something to be said for the fact that there are 12 seniors starting for Wisconsin. I mean, those are the guys that had to rebound and get the team to rebound after the heartbreaking loss to Michigan last week. And those are the guys that right now have settled this team into the football game. They know the talent that's on the other side, but the senior leadership has really shown tonight for Wisconsin.
3rd and 6 for Pryor. Throws it out in the flat to Wells. They let the defensive line through. It looked like it was going to be a screen, but when they threw it to Wells, there was nobody blocking for it.
And it looks like Ohio State is kind of playing tentative. They're playing tentative. They're kind of playing backpedaling a little bit instead of attacking this Wisconsin defense.
Field position. That almost looked like it was a middle screen and Wells went outside instead.
Yeah, it did, because they did let that line through. It didn't work. You're right. And Wisconsin stands to have excellent field position again on this possession.
Trapasso to kick to Gilreath. Trapasso's had a couple of boomers tonight and gets off another good kick. Gilreath driven all the way back to the 27, reverses his field, and will go down at the 24. Excellent coverage by Ohio State after a 56-yard punt by A.J. Trapasso.
We are together in this house of war.
Critics are calling Body of Lies a combustible spy thriller. Powerful and riveting.
Someone has betrayed me.
Leonardo DiCaprio is in top form.
I thought Honey wanted to kill me.
Russell Crowe gives a powerhouse performance.
We're an easy target.
It's the #1 thriller to see this year.
It's a dangerous, dangerous world out there, buddy.
Body of Lies from director Ridley Scott. Rated R.
All right, enjoy your tasting.
These people have no idea the pasta they're about to have was actually delivered by Pizza Hut.
What does she got? Mac and cheese with the bacon. It's so decadent.
The flavor just comes out.
Yeah, it's not too heavy. I like it.
Good evening, everyone. Can I have your attention, please? Pizza Hut delivered the pasta.
Good. They love Toscani pastas from Pizza Hut, like our newest recipe, premium bacon mac and cheese, meaty marinara, or creamy chicken Alfredo. 3 pounds delivered with breadsticks for $12.99. Now get pasta from Pizza Hut.
Hey, Vincent! Go State!
Hey, Ham. Why did that guy call you Vincent?
Because that's my real name, Bergwood.
It is? How do you know that?
He's my Allstate agent.
Oh, he insures your car.
And my boat.
You got a boat?
My wife is a big-time skier.
You married?
Allstate agents know who you really are and what you really need. Call one today for a free Good Hands coverage checkup. Are you in good hands?
Where'd you meet your wife?
Pilates.
She's European.
So, how's my day look?
Well, 9:30 to 1, you send funny pics to your wife. From 1 to 1:15, texting your son throughout recess. 1:15 to 3, exchanging flicks with your daughter. 3 to 4, texting aimlessly to everyone. And at 4, a budget meeting. I can push the meeting to another day.
Let's go with that.
Okay.
Share more with your family with a Verizon Wireless Select Plan. Text, pics, IM, and flicks as much as you want for one flat rate. Get the Samsung Glide for just $79.99. Verizon Wireless.
All new Extreme Makeover Home Edition, Sunday, 8, 7 Central on ABC.
This Thursday at 9, 8 Central on an all-new Grey's Anatomy, an unimaginable crisis you'll have to see to believe it's followed by the series premiere of Life on Mars, only on ABC. Patrick Dempsey, really good guy. Met him at Indianapolis a few years ago before the race. He's a huge race fan and is now part owner of a race team. And will be running at Indy again.
Well, good news for Wisconsin. One of the good things, they don't have Gabe Karimi back in the game, but they have seen the return of Chris Presley, number 44, their fullback, and also Lance Kendricks, number 84, one of their backup tight ends. So a couple guys that missed a lot of snaps in the first half back on the field for the Badgers.
2:20 to go here in the third quarter. Between two top 20 teams. And Wisconsin really put themselves in a hole a week ago, losing to Michigan. They've got a shot at winning the Big Ten this year, but after that loss, they have to win tonight and then turn around and play Penn State next week in what could be an enormous game in the conference.
A lot of people think Penn State may be playing the best of any team in the league right now. Offensively, win on the road today against Purdue. Defense playing strong, and so yeah, I mean, it doesn't get any easier from here on out for Wisconsin.
3rd and 5. Everidge under center. Five-man rush. Everidge finally goes down. Just held it too long. Yep. He had gotten so used to holding the ball and being protected so well most of the game, but this time Cameron Hayward got to him.
Well, this is where being a 6'1" quarterback with such a huge offensive line can be a little bit of a problem. Now, part of the problem was they had all his guys covered. I mean, Beckham was the intended receiver. He was covered, but watch this pocket kind of envelop Allen Everidge, and there's no way he can see over all those big bodies to even get rid of the football.
Fair catch made at the 40-yard line by Small. Punt of 35 yards, and the punting exchange right now favoring Ohio State.
At this point of the game, 10-10, right towards the end of the third quarter, field position is going to be huge and critical for the rest of this football game. Both defenses kind of controlling the action. I still think Ohio State needs to be a little bit more aggressive offensively, though. I know Terrell Pryor's a freshman. I know it's on the road, but your defense is playing well. You've got to try to stretch this Badger defense a little bit down the field.
Pryor gives to Wells, trying to use that speed to get to the outside. Stiff arm. Gets him an extra 10 yards, knocked out of bounds in Wisconsin territory at the 47. That time Langford, who's had such a great game, came up and just got planted.
Yeah, I mean, you know, figure out how you want to try to tackle this guy. If you go high, you're going to get that. If you go low, you might take one of those powerful legs right upside your helmet. So, I mean, it's really no easy way to tackle Beanie Wells, and Langford found that out with a huge stiff arm.
Beanie Wells up to 146 yards in this game. Usually, when your star running back has that kind of yardage, you've scored a lot more than 10 points. There was movement up front before the snap.
False start. 63. 5 yards. Still first down.
Ben Person, the right guard, and let's check in with Holly Rowe.
Well, Chris Wells has had probably the most talked about toe in America. Guys, he's just back in his second game, and they've made some precautions so that he doesn't get stepped on or injured again. He's wearing these big, heavy shoes that maybe a lineman would wear instead of the low-cut, fast shoes that the receivers and running backs wear. He's got those heavy high tops on. He doesn't like them, but his toe's not 100%. He's also got a plastic fiberglass protective mold in there, so he's trying to keep it on the field.
Don't think it matters what the footwear is. He's doing a great job. This presentation of Saturday Night Football presented by Southwest Airlines will continue after this message and a word from our ABC station.
Introducing the all-new TL, the most powerful Acura ever built.
Introducing Taco Bell's new 89-cent Volcano Taco. With spicy lava sauce, it could be the spiciest taco ever.
Wait, my Volcano Taco. Don't look at me.
Why pay more for heat when you can think outside the bun?
Thursday, 9/8 Central.
What's that?
On an all-new Grey's Anatomy.
Hey, move!
For the doctors of Seattle Grace, the world will come crashing down. And there's nothing they can do to stop it.
I need everybody's help.
All new Grey's Anatomy, Thursday, 9/8 Central. Followed by the series premiere of Life on Mars on ABC.
When our economy's in crisis, a big government casts a big shadow on us all. Obama and his liberal congressional allies want a massive government. Billions in spending increases, wasteful pork. And we would pay painful income taxes, skyrocketing taxes on life savings, electricity and home heating oil. Can your family afford that?
I'm John McCain, and I approve this message.
When you're looking for a luxury vehicle, is this all you see? How about now? What about now? Most people will consider 2 or 3 of these. But when you look at all 7 costs, you'll see why the Lexus ES has the lowest cost of ownership in its class. For a clearer picture, visit Lexus.com/intelligent choice. And then visit Performance Lexus in the Kings Auto Mall and Lexus River Center in Covington.
The Mercury heading for the 80s. Your forecast after the game.
Jump around by House of Pain has become a tradition here. End of the third quarter, start of the fourth. They play the song and everybody jumps around, even Todd Blackledge.
Only because the box was moving. And the Ohio State players, none of these guys were here the last time Ohio State played in Madison. They're getting in on the action as well.
Pass thrown to Robisky. He had the first down and gave it up. Going to be about a half a yard shy. Check it. That was back to the original line of scrimmage. My apology.
Well, the fourth quarter, that's the true test time for Wisconsin and their defense. And really the running defense in the fourth quarter is where they've got to prove themselves. So far in 2008, they've given up an average of 6.4 yards per carry running the football in the fourth quarter.
Pryor under pressure, reverses his field, makes 2 guys miss, makes a third miss, drags another tackler with him. Well, he turned a 5-yard loss into about a 7-yard gain.
He just has the ability every time to make a big play. He eludes Newkirk, and then he's strong enough to break arm tackles. You're just not going to get him on the ground with a flimsy tackle. You've got to bring some strength to get him on the ground.
Just the kind of guy that defensive linemen despise.
Yeah.
He makes them run, he makes them look bad, and he burns them for big plays. Now Maurice Wells comes in. 3rd and 3. We've had so many huge third downs in this game.
That's quarterback draw here.
Instead, he throws underneath, got the first down. That's his tight end, Brandon Smith. Let's take a look at our Pacific Life game summary. If you joined us late, Ohio State came out of the box with a drive that made them look like they were going to run Wisconsin out of Camp Randall. Instead, Wisconsin came back, and right now they're only about 34 yards apart in total offense. And they're not apart at all on the scoreboard. They're 1st and 10 for Ohio State. Wells gets 3. Here's Matt Weiner.
All right, Mike, and here's a check of our primetime pulse on ESPN. Number 4, Missouri has scored on its first 4 offensive possessions, now added a defensive touchdown. Tigers trying to get their first win in Lincoln in 30 years. And on ESPN2, number 24, UConn is about to go down to North Carolina, running out of time against the Tar Heels, who have a punt return for a touchdown and an interception return for a touchdown to boot in Chapel Hill.
Well, you knew it was only going to be a matter of time before Butch Davis started winning games at North Carolina. Pryor with plenty of time over the middle, complete the heart line. To the 16-yard line, Carter made the tackle.
This is the thing about Terrell Pryor that a lot of people don't know. I think a lot of people assume that he is a running quarterback with just a strong arm, but not a passer. But Terrell Pryor wants to be a great passer, and he just needs more and more reps. I talked to Joe Daniels, the quarterback coach, before the game. I said, what does he need to do the most? He said, just reps. He just needs to get more and more reps throwing the football because he has an arm, he understands football, and he wants to be good. He doesn't want to just be a guy who scrambles around and runs the football. He wants to be a quarterback.
10 completions to 8 different receivers. Beanie Wells trying to get outside. That time they stretched out the play and held him to a gain of a yard. And then there's the theory out here that he eventually came to Ohio State because he didn't want to be the guy who was going to run the ball 20, 22 times a game, as he might have at Michigan.
Yeah, there was a good chance. It looked like it was coming down between Ohio State and Michigan, and certainly had he gone to Michigan and played for Rich Rodriguez in that offense, he would have run the football by design a lot more than it appears he's running it by design right now for Ohio State.
Second and long. They're well within field goal range for Pretorius. Pryor scrambling to the end zone. Drop!
Well, that was a great play by Terrell Pryor.
Holy cow. Small was open. There is a flag down, but what a beautiful play by the quarterback, Terrell Pryor. He bought time. Yep. And there's an ineligible receiver downfield, I believe.
Number 82 on the offense went out of bounds on his own. First to touch the pass. The ball's returned to the previous spot. Lost it down. Third down.
If you go out of bounds, you cannot be the first to touch it.
Yep. But it doesn't take anything away from the job that Terrell Pryor did of buying time and not losing his vision down the field. Here's Small right here. He's the guy that the ball's going to be thrown to, and he's going to go out of bounds on his own. He doesn't get forced out. And then he can't be the first guy to touch the football if he comes back in.
Boy, that was awful close. Pryor scrambling. Not this time. Taken down at the 16-yard line. And they will have to send on the field goal team. Shaughnessy and Casillas made the tackle. Wisconsin in this last series has been much better about not rushing the quarterback out of control. They've been pulling up and make sure they don't let him get by him.
You have to keep outside leverage. You can't let him get outside the perimeter of your defense. And with a guy like Pryor, that's hard to do, but good discipline by the Badgers.
Pretorius from 33 is already connected from 21. Perfect. Ohio State has taken the lead 13-10 over Wisconsin. 10:52 to go in the ball game. And the crowd reacting to the Ohio State cheerleaders who ran onto the field with flags and bothered the 80,000 partisans. Longest current home win streaks, Wisconsin #2 to Oklahoma. And they've got some work to do if they're going to keep that streak alive.
Well, also the night games. They've won 22 of the last 22 night games, including the last 11 in a row. So a lot of streaks on the line for Wisconsin tonight.
And a lot of Big Ten hopes as well.
That's right. The one thing that we've seen, though, from Wisconsin is that they were able to put that Michigan loss behind them and come ready to play tonight. I mean, I kind of expected that, and I think we've seen that. This has been a very solid performance so far tonight by Wisconsin, and they still got 10:52 left in the ball game to try to win it.
Gilreath, who is 9th in the country in kick returns, #1 in the Big Ten, will not get his hands on this one as it was a low line drive kick to one of the up men, and it was Bill Rentmeester, backup fullback, and here's Holly Rowe.
Well, we've done a lot of games here at Camp Randall, and I have to say the atmosphere tonight is very different. Just a reminder for you, if you don't know, the Wisconsin band was suspended for this game after allegations arose of improper activities on their last trip. It's under investigation, but guys, instead they had a really nice gesture. They opened up the section where the band would normally sit. Seniors that didn't win the ticket lottery, they got to come sit front row tonight.
That is pretty good. And now they've got the freshman in there, John Clay. Boy, this guy is a good-looking ball player.
Yeah, and you know what? Travis Beckham, we've talked about him all night as a receiver. Watch him get the key block here. Watch number 9 get his block on Malcolm Jenkins to open up the outside. The fullback, Presley, got a big block, but Beckham took Jenkins and took him right out of the play. And John Clay able to make a big run.
And Clay with a hurdle at the end. He'll get his highlight on SportsCenter after that one. The fullback pounds straight ahead to the 40-yard line. That's Rentmeester who returned the kickoff, and Rentmeester just matched his longest run of the year on only his 6th carry. They throw him a bone every once in a while. Welcome to all of you who were watching Oregon and Southern California. We have a great one here. Clay needed a yard for a first down, lost maybe a half a yard. Holman made the tackle. Ohio State is up by 3, clock running under 10 minutes. It's number 14 against number 18. Wisconsin has already lost in the Big Ten. Ohio State has not, but they had that huge loss against Southern California. And Wisconsin riding a 16-game home win streak, the second longest in the nation. Presley and Clay are the backs on 3rd down. They need a yard. Clay's got it and more. He's got quick feet for a guy who's 230.
Well, that power football. They had 2 tight ends on that side. They've got a big blocking fullback. Chris Presley weighs 260 pounds. And this is just slug 'em football right now for Wisconsin. The thing they might be setting Ohio State up for, though, is a little play-action pass and take a shot down the field.
First down, Badgers at the 35. Play again. Straight up the middle, inside the 20.
This is just power. This is this. You know, it's funny because when I watched some film, particularly last week in Michigan, I didn't think the Wisconsin offensive line looked like the way their offensive line has looked in the past. They had trouble blocking their front. Tonight, after the first quarter, this offensive line has played exceptionally well against a good Ohio State defense.
And Clay hits the hole faster than P.J. Hill does.
Yes, he does.
10 carries, 69 yards for the freshman. Again, they'll give it to the fullback, Rentmeester, for a couple. They found something up the middle that they're exploiting right now.
Well, I think the difference, Ohio State's defense is fast. Their linebackers are outstanding. They've got good secondary people. I think the one area where they're not as strong as the defensive tackles. I don't think they have great defensive tackles. And running right at this Ohio State defense is where they're having the most success tonight. I thought last week Michigan's defensive tackles were a handful for this Wisconsin offensive line. Tonight, much better.
And tackles are the key to keeping people off a linebacker.
Yeah, that's right.
Hill is back in. Instead, they go to the outside. Once again, they've gone to that reverse with Gilreath, and Gilreath is inside the 5. They got away from that play because they stopped it after 4 successful tries. Went away from it for a long time. Now they come back with it.
Well, when you're pounding it inside, and having success, that sets that play up again. Gilreath tried to reach the ball to the end zone on that one, tried to reach for the pylon, and they ruled him out just inside the 2-yard line.
I thought he got closer than that.
I think he stepped out is what they're saying. Boy, Ridley knocked the pylon over.
He did. His foot may have been out of bounds. Quarterback keeper, the crowd oohing and on. They didn't. I think they were scared to death of that call.
They tried to fool him on first down, and Everidge did a smart thing. He threw it away. Here's the previous play. Gilreath, does he get the ball over before his knee is down? Before the ball reaches, and his hand hit the pylon, not the football.
But they should have been a lot closer than just inside the 2. Now that was, you could hear the gasp in this crowd when they ran out with Everidge on the rollout to the left side. Hill.
Oh, nice play by Holman.
Boy, he did make a solid tackle coming through from that weak side linebacker spot. And here's what I didn't like about that first down call. Now you run it, you're down to 3rd down.
Well, and the touchdown is so big here. I mean, obviously a field goal ties it, but a touchdown puts you up by 4. I mean, it's a huge opportunity to put the pressure on Terrell Pryor and Ohio State.
Tight formation. Hill cuts it back, touchdown.
No signal yet, but it looked like he was in. There's the signal. You saw it before they did.
Well, that is the word. I hate that because the guys come in from the side to make the call. The umpire sees he's in the end zone, and it's not his call to make, so he just stares at it. He was obviously in the end zone.
Well, John Clay got him down there, and P.J. Hill, with his power, got him in the end zone. Now they're going to take a look at it, I guess.
Well, that'll get the crowd agitated.
Well, remember, it was ruled a touchdown on the field, so there has to be indisputable evidence to overturn the call on the field. Watch P.J. Hill lower the shoulder. They got penetration. Ohio State forced him to bounce it out a little bit, and P.J. Hill just got low and drove. That was Cameron Hayward, number 97, who got penetration and forced Hill to bounce it outside a gap. But I think he still got it in.
That was what you might call a very patient run. It took him a long time to make that turn upfield. And of course, from that replay, you can't see very much.
I don't know if this was Holman or who it was, but he put his helmet right in it was Holman. Put it helmet right in Holman's chest and drove him back into the end zone.
You can see that's maybe 1.5 feet across the goal line. Wow. That's power.
And what a drive by Wisconsin. I mean, their offensive line controlled things. Did they even throw? They threw the one incomplete pass that Everidge threw away. Everything else was a power run to get him in the end zone and get what could be a 4-point lead.
And what a smart play by Everidge, too. It was 1st and goal. Instead of taking a chance to force it in.
Play is confirmed. Touchdown.
He made the decision you hope a 5th-year senior will make, even though he doesn't have all that great amount of experience. He made the right play and allowed them to have a couple of more shots at it. .6:31 on the clock. The extra point would mean Ohio State needs a touchdown and not a field goal. Philip Welch has the point after the lead is 4. 80,000 plus minus the band living it up at Camp Randall.
Welcome to Southwest Airlines.
Thanks. I need to check this bag. How much is that going to cost me?
There's no charge on Southwest, sir.
Hallelujah! Well, I have another one, and I'm sure I'll have to pay for that.
Actually, your first 2 checked bags are free.
Hallelujah! 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 On Southwest Airlines, we don't believe in charging for things that should be free. So what you see is what you pay. Low fares, no hidden fees.
Work's so crazy right now. Fashion Week's coming up, and I have to meet with all these LA designers to line up clothes for the show. It's so crazy.
What? Reflect your style. Get the new ultra sleek LG Shine. It's this season's hottest accessory, designed to move you fashion forward. Get our exclusive LG Shine for only $49.99 and get one free, only from AT&T.
Okay, so I've done the math on this never-ending pasta bowl. There's 42 different sauce and pasta combinations.
Yeah.
And there's 7 of us.
Right.
So if we come here on 3 different nights...
Well, you do the math. I'm doing the Alfredo.
Olive Garden's never-ending pasta bowl is back with delicious new sauces like tomato basil caprese and our Asiago garlic Alfredo. Pick any combination of sauce and pasta, then another. Try them all for just $8.95, plus endless salad and breadsticks.
This math tastes delicious.
Olive Garden, when you're here, you're family.
A work of art, a finely tuned machine, a sanctuary, a command center, a sophisticated sedan, a sports car. Together. Introducing the all-new Nissan Maxima, the 4-door sports car. Lease a new 2009 Nissan Maxima for $339 a month for 39 months.
Thursday.
What's that?
An unimaginable crisis. You'll have to see to believe. All new Grey's Anatomy, Thursday, 9, 8 Central, followed by the series premiere of Life on Mars on ABC.
Let's take a look at the ESPNU All-State Standings Review. We have kept the top 10 upsets to a minimum this week, although Alabama was scared to death by Kentucky before winning by 3. South Florida, the only top 10 team to go down. They lost earlier in the week to Pittsburgh. Wells and Sane are deep. Sane to the 20. Retreats and is buried.
Plenty of time now for Ohio State, even though they are down. And I'm not sure Terrell Pryor, I don't know this for a fact, but I doubt he was behind too many times in the fourth quarter as a high school quarterback at Jeanette over in Pennsylvania. But his team is behind, but they've got 6:26 left, and he's got 2 timeouts. And technically, they don't even need a touchdown on this drive. Chances are if they could score fairly quickly, they'll get the ball back again. But they find themselves right now down by 4.
80 yards away from the lead. Pryor throws too high and incomplete. Let's check with Holly.
Well, guys, the 2 sidelines have a very different feel right now. I've been over on the Ohio State sideline, and you've got to give some credit to this young freshman. He's playing great, but Pryor is very quiet on the sideline. I'm not saying it's good or bad, but he sits there. He doesn't engage or talk to a lot of guys. You get the feel that he's a freshman. He doesn't feel like he can be the leader yet. Wisconsin's 5th-year senior quarterback, he was just up in the grill of his offensive lineman, screaming, yelling, tell him to keep pounding the ball down the field. Very different feel.
And Holly, Pryor's numbers were much better against Troy and Michigan than they are tonight against the Wisconsin defense. Beanie Wells. And Wisconsin can taste it right now on defense. Wells up to the 24, and we have a huge crowd. Capacity listed as 80,321. Tonight it's 81,608. So we have 1,300 standing room to see this game. And right now, their guys have a 4-point lead and a big 3rd down here.
Big 3rd down here. Wisconsin, if they're rushing Terrell Pryor, they've got to be disciplined. Don't let him get a lane to run.
5-man rush. Pryor over the middle, complete to Hartline, and Hartline out to the 43-yard line. Brinkley makes the tackle. That is the 2nd time he is thrown over the middle, and the receiver underneath looked like he almost tipped the ball.
Yeah, this was a nice route by Hartline because he was double covered coming off the ball, and he did a nice job of coming underneath Niles Brinkley and giving a clear shot to the quarterback.
Now that would be a heartbreaker. You throw into the deep guy, and the short guy tips it. Clock running, 5:26 to go in the game. Fumble, Pryor got it. Never got the ball in Beanie Wells' stomach. Let's go to Matt Weiner.
All right, Mike, we've got a Verizon Wireless update on the number 4 Missouri Tigers, who scored on their first
their third snap of the game. Chase Daniel to Jeremy Macklin, and they've been scoring ever since. Tigers lead 31-10 at halftime, trying to break a 15-game losing streak there. Texas very impressive on the road. They win big at Colorado.
All right, Matt, thanks very much. It's 2nd and 15 here. Ohio State taking a lot of time. 4:40 left. Pryor with all day to throw. Down the middle. Hartline was wide open in the middle of that defense.
He fumbled, and they got it back.
Holy cow, what a break. Robisky was right on the spot after 27.
Boy, but
2 fumbles on back-to-back plays. They got them both.
How was Hartline so open? He runs a post route. It's not even a fake. He's wide open. And Pryor able to find him, but not able to hang on to the football. But Ohio State caught a break, but a breakdown in the Wisconsin coverage because Hartline was running free in the middle.
Carter and Valai, the safeties, were so spread out. Wells.
That was close to being a forward pitch as well.
Yes, it was. McFadden with a nice tackle. That was awfully close.
Well, Ohio State
20
is just
carries, 160 yards.
Pryor is running the option. As long as he's behind the line of scrimmage, it's still okay.
That's a pass. 3:44. Ohio State not leaving itself much time for a second chance. They're going to have to get it here. Wells inside the 30 to the 24. Ohio State has 2 timeouts remaining.
Well, the tough thing for Terrell Pryor, as he will find out as this possession goes on, is that when you get closer to the end zone, the field actually shrinks. I mean, it really gets tougher to work in the red zone because defenses don't have to cover depth nearly as much.
Remember, with those new clock rules, the game slides by so much more quickly. Pryor with time. Now pressure. Takes off. Goes down at the 28-yard line. So there's the sack. And they have done, Wisconsin, such a good job of containing him in the second half on their pass rush.
They've done a much better job. They're not going wholesale to the quarterback. They're not just flying into the pocket. They're going under control. Very little blitzing by Wisconsin. Occasionally they've gone with some pressure, but for the most part, they've tried to rush the quarterback with discipline.
And drop 7, and they have done some outstanding job, in the secondary. 2nd and 14. 2:40 left to go. Very little sense of urgency for Ohio State. Pryor again over the middle, and he's got it complete down to the 15-yard line. Small was open, and you can tell Wisconsin playing that zone, but they're leaving some holes in it, and that's just short of a first down.
And credit Pryor for just finding those openings. I mean, just when it looks like Ohio State is going to struggle offensively, Terrell Pryor comes up and makes a throw. Not a run, not a scramble, but he makes a big-time throw for a big play.
If you're Wisconsin, do you gamble on a blitz? They were very successful early in the game doing it.
I think if Ohio State gets a first down here, Wisconsin will bring pressure.
3rd and 1. Beanie Wells, the fullback. Pryor will take it on a quarterback keeper and get the first down. That temporarily stops the clock.
Now the problem for Wisconsin right now is not only do you have to toughen up defensively, but there's very likely you may not get the ball back with hardly any time left. There's 1:52 left. The clock is going to start up again right now. And you only have 1 timeout if you're Wisconsin, so you really have to have your defense step up right now. A very methodical drive for Ohio State.
4 wide receivers. They'll give it to Wells on the draw, and a solid tackle by Levy. He and Casillas have been really good at outside linebacker. For Wisconsin, the Big Ten season could be on the line. They lost a week ago to Michigan. They play Penn State next week. This is huge for them. For Ohio State, any chance of a national championship comeback means they have to win tonight. And to do that, they have to get a touchdown right here. Pryor. Keeper. Touchdown.
Wisconsin was so out of whack defensively. I thought they were were going to use their last timeout because they were totally confused, and Terrell Pryor snapped the football, and they were not ready to play defense. There was confusion. Look right in here. Watch these linebackers. Confusion. They didn't know how to line up, where to go. Pretty soon the ball is snapped, and they're still not set. And Terrell Pryor made them pay because of the misunderstanding on the Wisconsin defense.
A couple of those guys got caught inside, didn't have the right angles, and the extra point is good. So Ohio State, what a clutch drive, under pressure on the road in front of a huge crowd, and they have regained the lead.
Nissan set out to create the perfect on-road vehicle, and in the process, created a category. Introducing two crossover leaders from Nissan, the redesigned Murano, awarded as an IIHS top safety pick, and the versatile Rogue, named 2008's best new small crossover. Lease the 27 MPG Nissan Rogue, just $209 a month. Don't follow the leader, own one. At your Nissan dealer now.
Scientific tests show that when one drinks Dr. Pepper slowly, one can truly relish the 23 flavors. Would that we could savor all our relationships, much as the conductor savors his chorale nocturna, slowly. Comments, caller?
Only one, Fraser. You never savored me slowly.
Well, Lilith, I guess I finally found the right icy doctor.
Fraser, I don't...
Slower is better. Trust me, I'm a doctor.
DNA is just, that's just bananas. Actually, like a living organism. It's DNA in a video game. It's like a computer that can talk and learn and stuff. It's crazy, isn't it? Oh, man. It automatically tracks the stats of the players, the injuries, the hot streaks. I don't know who thought about it, but he was a genius, man. It updates every day. Like, that's bananas, man.
Rated E for everyone. Now $1.99.
October 24th.
I want to play a game.
His biggest.
They're watching us.
His best.
It's Jigsaw.
His last.
Let the games begin.
Saw 5. Rated R. In theaters October 24th.
Sometimes you need a little push to let go of your Mach 3 razor until you discover Gillette Fusion. 5 blades spaced closer together with less irritation. Switch to Gillette Fusion.
Saturday Night Football on ABC. Brought to you by Southwest Airlines. Low fares, no hidden fees. Nissan. Nissan is the only company that makes your vote count. Vote now at theheismanvote.com. And Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Own it on DVD and Blu-ray Tuesday, October 14th.
Aerial coverage for tonight's game courtesy of the Outback Steakhouse Airship Bloomin' Onion 1. The Bloomin' Onion 1 airship is a fan favorite every week on ABC and ESPN college football broadcast. Great night to fly over Madison, Wisconsin. 1:08 to go. Another short kickoff. This one will bounce through. And they'll get out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. Gilreath, they're really worried about him and making sure he doesn't get a good crack at it. Pryor led the touchdown drive. The Buckeyes have taken the lead by 3.
For all great heroes, the quest is the same. To get the ultimate treasure, to get the crystal. Don't miss the Battle of the Bands and the quest for the crystal. To celebrate the DVD release of Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, college bands have been brought together in one ultimate competition. Go to ESPN.com, search Indiana Jones, vote for your favorite performance, and you could win a VIP trip to an ESPN Bowl game. Watch college football live starting October 6th. See which band wins by watching College Game Day October 11th on ESPN.
What's going on?
We're going green.
Green?
New software.
Software can help us go green?
It's all about automation, consolidation, efficiency. We'll save millions in IT spending and energy costs.
Millions?
Millions.
How much did we spend on energy last year?
Millions.
Millions.
Get used to it.
Introducing the all-new Nissan Maxima. It has an award-winning 290 horsepower V6 engine, an intelligent CVT transmission, and a masterfully crafted interior designed around the driver. The breathtaking Nissan Maxima, the four-door sports car. Lease a new 2009 Nissan Maxima for $339 a month for 39 months.
This Thursday, Detective Sam Tyler will find himself stuck in 1973, and he doesn't know why. From the network that brought you Lost, Grey's Anatomy, and NYPD Blue, comes the next great cop show. Harvey Keitel, Lisa Bonet, Michael Imperioli, Gretchen Mol, and Jason O'Mara in the 4-star premiere event. ABC's Life on Mars, Thursday at 10/9 Central after a new Grey's Anatomy on ABC.
This telecast is available in high definition. Brought to you by Pioneer's new Kuro.
Welcome back to Madison, Wisconsin. You are looking at field goal kicker Philip Welch, who is hoping for a chance.
His career long is 52. He did that last week in Ann Arbor against Michigan. That means that Wisconsin would have to get to the 35-yard line.
Wisconsin with that 16-game win streak at home on the road. Intercepted! Thrown right into the arms of Malcolm Jenkins. Holy cow, Everidge had played so well and just hit Everidge right in the middle of the two.
Well, he was trying to make a play. He got flushed out of the pocket. The timing of the play was disrupted. And you tell a quarterback it's always dangerous to throw back towards the middle of the field when you're rolling one way. He's rolling left. He's trying to make a play, and he throws it back towards the middle, and Jenkins is there for the interception. Just not a very good decision at that point in the game, that point of the field by Allen Everidge.
Malcolm Jenkins with his 10th career interception, his second of the season. A guy who is a Thorpe Award finalist, and Ohio State will take a knee. Wisconsin is only going to be able to stop it once, and Everidge has to be beside himself. He had made good decisions all night long to help his club stay in it until under a minute to go in the game.
Nissan set out to create the perfect on-road vehicle, and in the process, created a category. Introducing two crossover leaders from Nissan. The redesigned Murano, awarded as an IIHS top safety pick, and the versatile Rogue, named 2008's best new small crossover. Lease the 27 MPG Nissan Rogue, just $209 a month. Don't follow the leader, own one. At your Nissan dealer now.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome back to the much-anticipated matchup between the Eagles and the Bulldogs. Hold on. I'm not quite sure what we're seeing right now, but cows are parachuting onto the field. I cannot believe what I'm watching. Two cows landing on the field. There's a third headed into the stands. It's actually headed right towards a burger. Look out! Oh, my. That's going on the highlight reel.
Be transformed by colors so vibrant they twist the very fabric of your being, and sounds so pure you don't just hear them, you become them. By a world so beyond anything you've ever experienced, nothing will ever be the same. The new Kuro, now blacker than ever.
Thursday, 9/8 Central.
What's that?
On an all-new Grey's Anatomy.
Hey, move!
For the doctors of Seattle Grace, the world will come crashing down. And there's nothing they can do to stop it.
I need everybody's help.
All new Grey's Anatomy, Thursday, 9/8 Central. Followed by the series premiere of Life on Mars on ABC.
Tomorrow, the chase will take us to Talladega. Jimmy Johnson trying to stay ahead of Carl Edwards and Greg Biffle, going for his 3rd straight championship. The chase for the NASCAR Sprint Cup continues tomorrow at Talladega on ABC. Make that Sunday on ABC. Coverage begins with NASCAR Countdown at 1 Eastern. And Ohio State takes a knee, and that should do it. And they will leave here with a well-earned victory.
And Terrell Pryor really showed me something there at the end. That last drive, 3 of 4 for 69 yards, passing an 11-yard touchdown run. Played with poise the entire night for a true freshman. Very, very impressed.
You hate to see the game end for Wisconsin on that kind of a note, on a whimper instead of a bang, because they played so well all night.
They really did. They were able to rebound from the tough loss to Michigan a week ago. And they had their opportunities to win the football game, just couldn't close out the deal.
Today's Chevrolet players of the game, Terrell Pryor, who came through at the end big time, 144